This is the 2026 version of CIP. First collective meeting, gathering information in public. So we'll start the meeting. So you have a, why don't you give us where this is? You've collected today.
I did just a little read, and I might have it wrong, so if you follow along with me, we'll find out. The color coding, it's, the yellow indicates stuff that has been purchased already. And I think there was one more in. Did you get the six-wheel plow truck last year?
That's not me.
That would be Jim.
That's Jim.
Oh, okay, but I think that was purchased, wasn't it? Do you know?
Yes, it states it purchase.
Well, yeah, we got it yellowed out, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and the
That's
green
the new
highlights
plow
of the
truck.
new requests, we'll go over them, of course. And the uncolored stuff is just long-term planned and funding it's gonna require. Now, we get some fully funded projects, and just stop me anytime if I'm missing some of this. And we went over the municipal code truck has already been purchased, and the mapping, and I don't believe that came out of, didn't it come out of another account? Or was it in another and they went to the,
No, so.
No, not the mapping, that had an account.
okay.
It did. So
Yeah.
the mapping, you'll see mapping shows purchased. So the mapping was purchased. V14 was the plow truck and the code enforcement town office vehicle. Those three were purchased last year.
Now, the vehicle, municipal code truck, okay.
Yes.
That's the one Christina's driving.
That's
Yeah.
the
Yes.
He's
small
supposed to be
white one.
sharing with the fire department,
No.
no?
Sharing with the office staff, I think.
Yeah.
Right.
is more
Oh, okay.
appropriate.
Okay.
Okay, we get several other projects that are effectively fully funded for the year of action. And one of them is the ambulance, B06, and that's gonna be purchased this year.
Okay.
Where is it? I don't have
Along
all
with
this
the
on.
stretcher striker as well.
I've got that,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
So that will become a yellow one.
When's
Oh,
that coming
that's already
in?
been purchased?
No,
That's
no,
right.
but it will. when
It's coming with the rest.
Okay,
So
And that comes 2027, the beginning of 27, correct,
Correct.
Phil?
Correct. As of right now, as long as there's no hiccups,
Yeah.
that's still the targeted date.
okay.
So the 25 for year of action should be 27?
Right,
On,
on the spreadsheet.
Oh, on the,
On the ambulance. If you go over the third line over, that's year of action.
Yeah,
That's
It's
usually-
already, the contract's already been signed for.
Have we paid out on
It
it?
hasn't been paid out because it hasn't been delivered yet.
right,
But
Right.
the contract was signed that held the price
Yeah,
last year.
Yeah, right.
So
But
the year of action was 25. It's the
okay,
delivery date is
Oh,
what we're
Okay,
waiting
so
on.
that's all locked in?
Yes,
Okay.
along with the striker stretcher, the
Yeah,
same thing.
okay.
okay, we get the road
Striker,
materials
stretcher,
and maintenance, I think that took place in '24.
Well, that is a very nebulous piece of this. We should, in the order of how we normally handle things, we should get on the vehicles, the top half first, if we can.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Total out the vehicles.
All right,
so,
Anybody have an objection with heading down that path?
no,
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 Okay.
you wanna walk through us? Walk us through
I'd
it,
be
Phil.
happy to. So let's start with VO1, 10-wheel plow. Well, there's another thing we can do here. What's your time availability? We can go fire department,
yeah, let's get his
Items
request
first.
out of the way.
because you're here.
Yeah, Anita should be coming too, so.
Oh, okay, let's head down your list first then.
Okay.
And you start with engine 3, I believe.
Yep.
So where are we, is any numbers here need to be changed on engine 3, which is
That's
VO7?
still a targeted number we're shooting for.
Okay. There's been no obligation toward that yet though, right?
What do you mean?
We haven't signed up to get one yet. or-
No, because we're still, year of action's 2030.
Okay,
So
okay, very
we've still
good.
got 4 years.
So the numbers as you see them here, that's all set?
Yep, those are good still.
Okay, and I'm gonna check that off as covered. Next one down would be tank 1, VO8. Any input on that, Phil?
Yeah, you're right around 600 for a new one.
So that 590,
590s.
591 basically needs
Yeah.
to become 600.
Yeah,
Oh, that's not funny.
but I mean, we're not off by much.
Right, no, but it's
Yep.
good to catch. Anything we can catch like that
So you want
makes this
600?
much more truthful.
That's-
600
that's-
future?
That's what it's, their targeted price
And-
as of last month, what their cost is right now.
Yeah.
And obviously those change on a yearly basis, unfortunately,
Yeah.
that's a number
Can you tell if this is picking Phil up? All right.
I should be able.
Absolutely it
Okay,
is. Yep.
okay. The other thing, I may take a moment to do, and anybody feel free to speak up if I miss one. When we start talking about these different terms, like year of action and so forth, where we're recording, we're gonna have people, and we have a new town manager. It's worth taking a few extra minutes here and there to explain what these terms mean, and what this system does. CIP in general is just an amortization schedule, in round terms over a 20-year period. So we buy a vehicle over the 20 years prior to that purchase. And when we get to needing that vehicle on the schedule, theoretically, we have the right amount of money to purchase it without slamming the budget. That's really the purpose of this whole thing. So let's go have a tank one. Are we all set on tank one there? Phil?
Yep.
Okay.
And we
that
have a
is-
lot of thanks to give to Alan Crabtree.
Oh, absolutely.
Setting, he's passed away,
For the
John,
CIP.
but he's the
That is
man
right.
that set
That's
this
right.
up.
Oh, good, yeah.
So,
Forestry one?
yeah.
Yep,
So
that's it.
let's, so tank one, we're all set, right?
Yep.
Okay, what we're doing, Scott, is we're going down through the
Yep.
fire list.
We're down to
So
forestry.
forestry one, we're down to VO9, halfway down the equipment list. Any changes there, Phil?
No, that's a good number.
Okay. So forestry one is all set. Rescue boats under you, right?
Yep.
Any adjustments needed for that
No.
one?
What did we buy last year, Phil?
It was 2 years ago, we bought a used one online.
Yep.
We purchased a used center console boat, that was 2 years ago.
Okay, to hold us over till we could,
That got us a center console that could actually handle what Sebago Lake throws at
Yeah.
it. So we don't see those come up used online, and this
Right.
one came from a former gentleman that trained me and a couple other guys on the water rescues, and that was his boat, so it had very low hours on it, it was well maintained, so we got it for a
Yeah.
good score. But to go brand new, that's what a brand new boat is right now.
okay, and we need,
So the 187 is what that unit would cost new?
Yes,
Okay, and now, future estimated cost, we're a long ways toward getting that at this point.
correct, because,
We didn't use all of this money last time.
correct,
Okay,
yeah.
I think that's a healthy way to look at that. And so that item looks like it would be out, how many years, Phil, do you want to call that? Do we need to make an
Well,
investment there?
it's out 9 years. That's right, year of action is
And that's
2035.
okay on the schedule for where you're at with this one?
As of right now, you know, we do PM maintenance on it,
Yep.
preventative maintenance, and went down there
Yep.
this
Yep.
past winter and had the tubes looked at and some of the stuff, you know, doctored up, and
Yep,
so, you know, we do PM on it to prolong the life, so as of right now, I would say that's still targeted,
and you're carrying that PM cost in your lab
my
budget?
operational budget.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
good. Anything else on rescue boat?
No,
Okay. I kind of have a question, because we're in a place where we're looking, we've done this only once in the past. We did it 2 years ago, where we cut back on this because we had some other major state problems approaching the town. And everybody should know why we did that. We did that because the state was giving a tax lock-in, I'll call it, to a lot of the population. When we got to that year, we also had some other things that were major expenses at the time. And we defunded a very large segment of this anything over 10 years was the goal. And some projects that we did not fund at all that year, to sort of buffer the impact that was gonna have on residents. So just know that that happened 2 years ago. It's of no consequence to today, but it's a piece of history.
And it cost us at the time.
What's that?
It cost us at the time.
Well, we had some significant impacts that we were able to
That's what I'm
buffer
saying.
using this. And if you go to the book that, to explain it to any public that's listening, if you go to the rules, you're never supposed to do that. Because it does violate the concept of a levelly funded situation and so forth. But we were able to cut the budget that year by about $400,000 by doing that. And that helped a lot of people at that moment, so.
Was that the year where they lost all the money? We couldn't find it? I mean, it wasn't lost, they couldn't find
No,
it.
that was another whole thing.
Let's not go down that rabbit hole, that's been fixed.
We've digested that, we're back on track, and
That
Moving
was a,
forward.
that was a
Letitia
nightmare.
sitting right over here, worked us through that, and we resolved 2 years of errors in this system. They were gonna produce a much inflated situation, and she did all the number crunching and got us back on track, so thank her.
I mean, John should, I think, should know these.
Oh, no, I
These
think it's
things
great to
that-
bring them up.
Yeah.
It absolutely is, absolutely is.
No,
So anyway, forestry's all set, and rescue boat, is that all set, Phil?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Engine one.
Engine one, which is B12,
tank one is up this,
any number changes there?
That's the
right here.
number that's, the current cost is correct.
Okay,
You gotta come over, it's.
so no changes,
Yep.
No,
okay, thank
it
you.
went up to 600,000.
Woods buggy, same thing. That's holding at the same price roughly. It's about
Okay.
65 as of right now.
What's this one,
okay.
Phil? I'm sorry.
This is our side-by-side with the trailer.
V21.
Side.
Well, it's 65 in there
We
now.
don't have any
It's
numbers on there.
Basically, it's 99,550 is the price
Side by side.
of a new one.
No, 60, about 65. That's the current cost right now, is 65.
But with the estimated, they do that estimated.
Right,
Would that
that's-
be
Estimated
because
future
that's-
cost is
99.
the 99.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Because that one's a weight, that's 2040.
Everything's all set there.
Correct.
Where's the side by side?
Woods
Woods
buggy,
buggy.
below
Thank
engine
you.
one.
Woods by. All right,
All right, tank two,
Yep,
item V11,
yep.
any changes needed there?
That's roughly the current cost right now, because it's a different size. It's a different pump that's on tank one. It's a PTO
Yep.
versus the one that's on tank one is a different grade of pump. So that's why that tanker is a little bit less,
Yep.
so.
So anything that's on existing equipment that we've looked at here, oh, it's tank two all set, the numbers? all
Tank two is all set, engine four is all set.
Okay,
That's the same price as engine one.
all right. So that completes our equipment list portion for the fire department.
And like I said, the rescue is already under
Yep,
contract and will be delivered.
so that ambulance, the numbers are all set, and that's a lock-in.
Can I,
The price that we purchased it for, yes. I don't know we won't know the updated prices until the unit arrives to see what the cost is if we purchase it then.
Oh, okay, right, for the next one.
Correct.
Yeah, okay, got it.
okay, Phil, what- can I ask a
that's all
question?
set. That's
No,
good.
can I ask a question, please?
Oh, yeah,
The woods buggy,
Yes.
what is the necessity of that?
That's for forestry fires and also going in on snowmobile trails in the wintertime for extricating people on snowmobile accidents or on the ice.
Like if you had to go
Okay.
way up and back nipping or
That's a
something,
must-have.
it's a
Okay,
must
that's
have.
what I,
yeah.
It's got tracks.
Good
It's
question,
got a
though.
skid unit for
That's
forestry
what we're
fires.
supposed to do.
it's got a track as opposed to wheels?
Well, it-
Yes, we've got wheels on it, but we've removed the wheels and leave the tracks on because they're an all-season track. They're made for year-round use, but it's more stable as far as the trail system, and it spreads the load out a lot further than just 4
Yeah,
tires.
okay. Now, I see a side by side as a fun vehicle.
It can be.
It can be,
personal.
but okay, but you're explaining it to me. I'm fine, I'm just asking a
I got a
question.
gorgeous one.
You're looking for a ride on this thing?
No, but I'm not gonna give him a ride if that's what he wants to do.
No, instead of us carrying somebody out of the woods and
Oh,
having
yeah,
to hike
no.
all the way in
Right.
a trail, it's life
No,
safety.
Of course it is. Okay, I understand.
Well, you're still the only one here. Let's continue down through our list of projects on the lower half of this with the fire department here. So, Jaws of Life must be yours.
Yes,
P32 is the item.
yeah, we didn't fund it because we're still shopping around to see which ones we're gonna be purchasing. So we didn't fund that last year because that's roughly what it's gonna cost right now.
Okay, so you're happy with that
I'm
number?
happy with that.
Okay, so
Okay,
the 83,000, what is it gonna cost right now, Phil?
65,728.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got 6572 because of the accrued interest that's in the account, so.
Yep,
I'm
okay.
trying to get the dealers to sharpen their pencils and give us a better deal, so.
Yeah, no.
You know, I don't tell them what we actually have, I give them a close number. But I always undercut it by, 5 to 10 grand and say, this is what I have, so.
Good
like,
poker
"Oh,
player.
Yeah,
A
okay.
little bit more, I says, well, how much is more, because then I gotta go back to the town, even though I don't have to, because I already know my number, so,
I'm gonna pull this.
That's
through.
what happened when I did the grader for the town.
yeah.
I had a certain amount of money, but I went up and I got it like $10,000 cheaper than we had. Let's make a deal.
Good going, guys.
So we're good on P32. Next item, Striker Stretcher, P33.
That's included with the rescue, so we can skip that.
There's a new
So is that an
striker coming with
item
it.
we,
We will have to fund it when the unit comes in, but that money's already been allocated for the rescue.
and is
It's
this
a package deal.
You feel that's, so you have a kind of set number for that at this point?
It was included with the purchase of the rescue.
Pill, the striker.
So
the
this
new-
number, when you,
It's,
Yeah,
this
we'll
is
have a
the
new
one
one.
that it's a self-lift.
Okay.
You lock it in, it picks the,
Yo, no, I was
Stretcher
just
up.
wondering if we were getting a new one with it.
it is.
Okay,
Because it's a whole different setup than what we have
what we
now.
got, okay.
This is self-loading. You
Is
roll it
there,
up.
is there any resale in the old one?
Might be, the problem with that is the age.
Yeah, I was
It's-
just curious.
It's 12 years old.
I know, you think of a stretcher and you think of the money they cost nowadays, but it's.
Well, the other thing is, most of these units, most of the towns now are going to the self-loading ones.
Self-loading ones.
Because it's saving the people's backs.
Backs,
exactly.
yeah.
The other ones, yes, it retracts it, but you still have to lift it up and slide the person in. The only time that we may be able to sell that offhand is on a possible spare unit.
Yep,
If a
I was
town
just
has a
curious.
backup and they need it, but most of the backups that they have already come with.
so, I was just curious, Phil, if there was a
Yeah.
resale value in it.
Will there be any trade-in on our existing unit to another town?
Not much, unfortunately. It's the age.
Yeah.
You were talking a rescue that's gonna be, well, it's purchased in 14, so you're talking,
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
a 13-year-old truck that's seen, winter use.
Right.
It's
in Maine,
probably going right to the scrapyard.
What is
Okay.
it? Scrap
Well,
money for it.
so anyway, the Striker Stretcher item, P33, the numbers are okay?
I'd hold that number, because like I said, it was part of the purchase price of the unit.
So no adjustment at this
No
time?
adjustment.
So what about under new requests, should that be there?
Well, we will once the unit comes in. We don't fund it.
Okay.
We've always typically not funded anything we've purchased for the first year.
Okay,
Yeah. Okay. Where
This
are
would
we?
be
What's the
a
next?
fire department P30.
He's
What's
getting
the,
numbers.
oh, P30.
the sign.
Oh, shit.
Yep, what is that?
That's a good number to continue with, 230 as well.
What is the item?
Those are all of our air
Air
packs.
packs.
Okay,
We have 21 SCBA's
Yep.
and 42 bottles.
and last time we bought the whole fleet, right?
Because of that's why we started a CIP line item for that, is because in order to keep with
You
current
can't-
standards, by the time we purchased our last 5, the first 5 that we purchased 7 years before were gonna be outdated.
Yeah, you can't piecemeal that, you
No.
gotta do the fleet.
Correct. And we
You
get a
got all
better
your gear fits.
we get a better
You're reloading.
package deal by purchasing it all in one shot.
Trust me, it's better than the old days with the steel bottles.
Yeah.
Well, the
Got
other,
more
the
air.
other thing is with the mask, because the new packs come with a different mask, same mask, but it's a different style. Everyone would have to be fit tested on both sets of
Right.
equipment,
Right.
which you don't know
Yeah.
which pack you're gonna grab. That's why they would have to be fit
Yeah,
tested on both. and
that's
it's-
not a good,
No,
no.
Not in a rush situation, it ain't.
yeah.
So all of these numbers and the funded amount this year is okay?
Yep, those are good.
thank you.
Cardiac monitor, I believe Anita said that went up either 5 or 7 grand.
So, you want her to respond to that, or you gonna?
Yeah, I'll double check on that, because that's gonna be purchased, I think that's gonna be purchased with the new unit coming.
So the cardiac's going up, you think about 7?
I think so.
Right.
I just have to double check with Anita, I was hoping she'd be here,
That'd be
but
about
she may
63.
have had something come up as well.
Okay, Cascade system?
Yeah, that's roughly is still a good number to go with as of right now.
Okay, and the yearly amount that we're applying, is that 941 if I'm coming across, right? No,
What's that mean?
10,947?
It's what pills are, air packs.
That's the current reserve,
Thank you.
is 10,000 that's in there. You're gonna be putting $941 in the account this year.
Got it, okay.
The blue line is your current
I need
balance.
your yardstick.
Yeah. Blue line is your current balance, the next line is the funding required for this year.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Yep.
So but that's all set.
Yep. Generators, P25, one line down.
Yeah.
I think that's,
Is that the whole fleet across the town?
yeah, so it's tough to gauge when we did, because we got so many generators, that's the problem. So we've replaced them on I think, what is it, like every 3 or 4 years we'll replace one. We just did the one down at the rescue, that's a big one that handles both the buildings. I
Right.
believe that was either $10,000 or $12,000 for that unit. The good part is obviously we don't need the automatic switch, because it's already pre-wired for it. It's for Generac.
Right.
It's just we lost a unit 2 years ago during the April storm.
Yep.
The whole thing blew up.
Yep.
Well, the transfer switch cost is a big amount of the cost on a
So-
generator.
So the question I have on that though is.
I don't know which generator is due for next replacement.
Is that 37 that we have estimated future costs, is that 1, 2, 3 units? What
That
does
could
look
do,
like to you?
well, that could do, like I said, we closed Old Station 2, so now we've taken that generator out of rotation because now we have it at the rescue because we're
Yeah.
at a shared facility. So we take one
Okay.
unit out of rotation. So that leaves us Public
Is
Works.
that a spare? Is that worth it?
It could be a spare.
That one's a
It's the problem
off-brand,
is
it's
an
a
off, it's a
GE.
different brand, it's a
Oh.
GE or a Kohler,
Kohler.
and it doesn't,
Is the one at the repeater site still a GE? Is it the same, we had a GE and a Kohler in our system, and the rest are Generac.
right.
Yeah.
But
Those
the
two-
Kohler and the GE, when I was working Public Works, we had more problems with them and the parts were harder to get than the
Yeah.
Generac for
That's
sure.
what I've heard
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
The next one that's due to be replaced would actually be the repeater. It's like,
Yeah.
that one doesn't
That
need a
one's-
big one, so I think that
Okay.
one's gonna be like around 8 grand.
Okay,
probably like a
Because we
14,000.
did, the town hall got theirs redone, the old town hall got redone as well.
Yep,
Like I said, the rescue's been redone, so it would just be Station 3, Public Works, and the repeater that are next on rotation.
Station 3 still a
so the
Generac.
28 in the account today would be 3 to 4 units,
Yes,
something like that.
yeah,
Depending on the size.
Correct.
Is that, in your opinion, enough?
I'm not gonna, I mean,
Top off at some point, and
Uh,
we don't have to fund it possibly? or-
Can I,
you're always gonna be replacing generators
Yeah.
because of, unfortunately, the town we live in, Phil.
Yeah, I do.
A squirrel farts and we lose power.
can I say something to this?
Of course.
The Public Works, when they redo that one, I think they're looking to upsize that quite a bit.
I
Because,
would recommend going to a big diesel.
yeah, something different with that, because, all the amperage that pulls, like the compressor in there's a lot of
Yeah.
stuff that pulls a lot of amperage in that building.
And if it's gauge big enough down the road, if it's gauge big enough, then we could also tie in the other buildings.
Yes, we
as
could.
well.
So we've got a target date of action here of
2 years
27.
out.
That's a variable, of course, because
Yeah.
the generators are stacked different.
Correct. I think that's a good number still, because
Do you
that'll
think
be
this
either.
number that we got,
Yeah.
and what we're carrying is adequate?
Because I think we could possibly
Does
do
does it take
station,
into account what Scott just said with the bigger generator for Public Works?
well, that is a totally different animal.
Yeah.
Because that's, you're probably talking,
But it belongs here,
you're probably talking 50,000 just in a generator for the school, for the
Public Works.
public works, is the truth.
How often does their compressor go off?
Well,
it's not
you
that,
always,
but if
it's
you're-
not just a compressor, it's the whole, you got our fuel system running off it, you got everything in the, and then you got the, also it's tied into the salt sand building, which has a, solar array on it,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of stuff that pulls a lot of amperage there. I just think, in my opinion, that's the way my head was going, towards a bigger generator, diesel
Yeah.
or something like that.
Is that worth a separate number?
It
Or-
might be worth
or-
a
or-
separate line item. You might wanna ask Jim, but
Yeah.
I would say it might be worth a separate
Okay,
line
that's
item,
what-
just
what I
for
wondered.
It's considered emergency generators, so you could just add,
add,
add that to it.
As long as
so-
we're accounting for it in this line, that's fine.
Yeah, you-
That's my big question.
yeah,
So-
you're gonna have to
'cause
account for it.
right now, we've
sooner or
got
later.
28 in here, and that's not even close for that one.
No,
No,
not even.
no.
But you always wanna at least have enough in there, I would say for 3 generators, cause you never know when they're gonna die.
No, that's true.
And if you're cycling them, like, Jim, the guy that works for MacGyver that does all our maintenance on our generators,
Yeah.
he's a good guy,
So-
and if you listen to what he says, he'll keep you right in the loop, and he lets you know when stuff's getting bad.
Yeah,
I think as far as that generator down there, I think that'd be something that could be brought up next year on a separate
Yep.
CIP.
well, that's my other question. What's the target build out for that generator?
Yeah, because then, but
Because if
then
it's
also.
2 years, we ought to be doing 25 a year tour.
Yeah.
Right, but
That's all.
something like that is, we could bring it up on a different CIP line item next year, but also give us the time to look at
Research.
how big of a unit to tie in multiple buildings, so we could actually maybe take the rescue and the fire ones out,
Of the rotation.
hook it into that big one,
Yeah.
because again, we're all in the same boat. It's,
Yeah.
you go
You're all
big
right
enough.
there now.
Yeah.
You go big enough, you
Diesel
can
is
use
meant
one.
for long-term usage,
Yeah,
and you're gonna have less problems because it's
It's
a
a
diesel
diesel.
motor.
yeah.
When you start talking propane and stuff like that,
Well,
everything gets a little funky sometimes.
The Briggs motors don't last
and
as
that
long
will
as
take
a
some
diesel motor.
research, because just
Correct.
like the cola situation where you can't get parts, it's
Yep.
a
Yeah.
brand name, probably it could be considered a higher quality unit than a Generac, but.
You
the
sat
bottom
on the
line is
board,
if
you sat on
If you
the,
can't get parts, you're done.
you sat on the board when Tim Mayberry wanted to switch to Kohler.
I know.
And I said I wouldn't do it because they're right here, and if I ask for something from them, they're here
Yeah.
that day or the next day.
They are. and
Kohler, I was having issues with, I think, either the GE at Station 2 or
GE.
or the one at
Station.
the repeater. One of them I was having issues with. I couldn't get parts for it, and I couldn't get nobody to come serve it. You have to hire a outside company to service it.
Yeah.
It was a royal
Well,
pain in the...
in view of what this system is supposed to do, which is planning ahead, it makes me wanna add something to that, toward that generator.
Yeah.
And put an earmark in the line item description
Why
for
don't you,
that.
why don't you add a
Uh,
line item, a
I think-
placeholder?
If we're gonna, how certain are you that we're gonna do this within 3 or 4 years?
I would say within 3 or 4 years, it's probably gonna
Is
happen. It's
that
gonna,
a logical horizon to look at?
It's something that needs serious consideration, and it's a good
And I'd rather-
possibility.
and
I'd rather
there's
bump-
also, you
Bump this
think,
by 12 grand, a quarter of that.
Okay.
Well, the
this
suggestion
year.
a minute ago was to put a separate item in for the diesel.
I don't have a qualm either way, I just
And I
wanna get
suggest
something
you
in the
put a-
system.
and if you're thinking that way,
Put another line
Do
item
we have room?
as a placeholder.
Well, no, because you need to fill out the proper paperwork, and it's,
You need what?
well, you're supposed to submit, at least that's how it's always was, you submit.
It is,
No,
The
I'm
CIP.
not talking, I'm just talking about a line,
yeah.
no numbers, just a line item that says what it is, a
Yeah.
diesel generator. And it's got blanks, but it's got the title. That way, next year, it's gonna be there to get some.
it's the same thing I did with like, the cutting edges and stuff, like on my warrant articles, I added for stuff like that were big expenses.
Okay, anyway, that's, so what's the board think? Give me an answer. Let's either put 12,000 this year, assuming that's a 4-year horizon on that project. But 12,000 has a resting place here that we can go into next year and adjust back into another
I think
line
that's a good
item
way to do it,
once we have a
because-
better description.
Because it's still considered emergency generators.
Yep.
And it's, by bumping it up 12, you're already ahead of the game a little bit.
Quarter
We
of
can
it.
readjust next
It's a
year
start.
once we have a solid number.
And
Yeah.
the truth with it is, if we do replace that with that, the generator that's sitting at the fire station might be good enough to switch to a different location that's on an older generator and get more life out of another generator, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So we're looking to fund 12,000.
Yeah, so it
Additional.
looks like we want 17,482 on the funding requested.
Hang on,
Well, do you wanna increase the estimated cost? That would change that number.
That,
Bill,
okay,
do
yeah.
you remember what the school generator that cost? I know that's propane.
Yeah, no, it was funded outside the town, so we never
It
saw
was,
the
that
actual
was out of their
numbers.
ARPA funds.
But I gotta tell you, I think it was 75.
I thought it was like that too, I can't remember, 78,000 is sticking in my head for some reason.
Yeah, that is in the, that works from my head.
Yeah,
on
I'm pretty
that.
sure.
Are we talking a similar size?
Well, to run all them buildings, you're gonna have to get something similar to that,
You
but
gotta
I
look at the
would
load.
recommend going with diesel,
Yeah.
because
You gotta look
diesel,
at
you'll
the
get more
loads.
life out of than a
Okay.
propane generator, for sure.
Well, another 12 at least on this item will start us down.
Right, so.
Yep, no,
current-
it's a
So
good
current
idea.
cost, just add from 35 and go up 12, so it'd be 47.
And that'd be 17,482, I guess. Maybe not, maybe that comes out an odd number.
What,
The numbers have to
what
present.
column are you under,
go
Phil?
up again, Phil, what is,
P25,
yeah,
Yeah,
so
Emergency
current cost, just add 12,000 to that 35, so you go to 47. And that would adjust the number going into the account.
Yeah.
at
Be
12K.
be 49, right, 12.
So,
37 to,
It'd be 47,000, not 49. 35,
are you only doing 10,000 now?
no, he's got
12.
35, he's doing 12.
Oh, 35, I'm sorry, I'm on the wrong.
12 and
Wrong line.
35 is still 47, Phil.
at 12K, and this,
That's why there's more than one brain here.
and this is current cost. You're
it's
upping,
it's a number to shoot for to start right now, to increase the money going into that account, and then we can get a harder number next year that's closer.
right. So before what, on this spreadsheet here, the current reserve balance,
28,000
okay,
for the generators, is that the one you're looking at?
yes,
Yep.
let's look at that one. So everything that's highlighted in purple, you see that the current reserve. The next one over was the funding that was requested last year.
Oh,
That was not
so
added.
that's not a current number.
Our current number is the next line over, current with funding appropriated.
So 38,
We
no,
currently have
Okay.
$33,540.52.
Okay,
because these
That's-
numbers haven't been moved. The-
I move them on paper.
Yeah,
To my
Okay,
knowledge,
okay.
nothing has been moved.
okay,
In the.
But-
that's what we thought.
Yes,
once, okay, so do we need to go back down that last column, current funding? Or is that gonna project out all right with what we've done?
well, I mean, if
truly
everyone,
what
the
you're saying is this
funding,
is our
what
current-
shows here, funding
Yeah.
requested,
Yep,
is exactly what was requested last year. We
Okay.
were unable to find, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes
well,
sense to me.
it does, it does. So let's just make a note on the top of the column. That's funding requested for 25.
26, because we'll be fiscal year 27. So that
Okay,
was,
26,
just so
yeah.
it worked, even,
2,000.
right, because we're fiscal.
So the other thing is, we also have to make sure that that money is actually moved into those accounts,
Definitely.
so we don't get like what happened a
Right.
couple years ago.
Yeah,
when
with-
money never got
with
moved.
Maureen.
Well, that was, the whole system never got triggered, so.
Yeah, no, understood,
Yeah.
yep.
She understands, she's all,
Spend enough time trying
Oh, I'm not,
trust me, she's on top of it.
well,
Yeah.
I'm,
Yeah.
I know.
yeah,
So I gotta back up a minute, because Cascade System's all set, right? We came to terms on that one.
Yes, that's,
And emergency generators, we're taking the current,
which is 33,540. But you want to up the current cost an
Replace.
additional 12,000,
correct.
yes,
Yep.
yes.
which will make it 49.
47.
47, Letitia.
Jesus.
Okay, plus 12.
Here's a number, there's a number.
And that will, when you do have the, is this in a machine so that you push a button and all these calculations happen?
Nope.
Can
Well,
we-
I can,
can we
yeah,
get it there?
formulas can happen to do that.
Yeah,
But that spreadsheet that was going around, that had that error in it, we're not sure where that is, if that makes sense.
okay.
So you're punching a calculator.
No, I can formula it.
Right,
Oh,
it's just a
okay.
matter of setting up the
Yeah.
lines and doing the formula for the
Yes.
proper stuff.
Yeah.
My wife
Yeah.
does it all the time when
Yeah.
Excel and all that, it's just,
Yeah.
you gotta make sure you've got your lines that add up to each line to
Yeah,
the
they got-
sum to get you to equal.
Equal.
She explains it to me, I says, you just
You
make
do
it
it.
work, I'm good with it.
I
Okay.
will work, I will die.
No, I've done
So,
that.
So-
next one would be
Public safety
P28.
building sprinkler,
28.
P28.
Yep,
Now, people need to know that are listening for the first time that there's quite a sum of money in the current funding appropriated. But that's a high number in the current reserve balance. And that came from saving money for the fire station or facility over many years. And the goal was that that would build a fire station someday. We did realize at some point that we were losing track because inflation was increasing faster than we could accrue it. We took a bond for, what was it, 1.3?
Yes,
that was everything, yeah.
And built the fire station. This money was left intact because during that build-out, we realized with the fire marshal and so forth, that we would have to deal with sprinklers as soon as possible. So, any better way to say that? So that money,
We're not in compliance right now.
even though the buildings are separated?
Correct.
Yep.
Okay, well, the other piece of this equation is there's a logic to going for the sprinkler system anyway, because we've got like 2/3 of our total cost of our fire equipment in that building, or something of that nature.
Correct, and it would require the addition that we took out.
Yeah.
Because the sprinkler system,
connector.
as of right now, is designed to handle the entire complex.
Which it should be.
Yes, which is the rescue
You've
and
got
the new fire
people
station.
spending the night there, and that was the
Yeah.
key issue. in that.
Yes, and the other caveat is it was, at the time, the size of the building that would have to be built out on the back side of the new station was 18 by 20 by 60, to hold 25,000 gallons of water. The other way is to bury cistern tanks, which is separate from what's on this, and you bury them underground, because then you don't need to have the building. In the short term, you're gonna spend a little bit more, but in the long term, you're gonna spend less, because you're not heating.
Maintaining
Yes.
a building.
Correct. It's underground, it's below the frost. The
You need-
connector can be
Yeah.
built with the little pump house where all the pipes come in, but in order to do that
Three
also,
phase, right?
we need three-phase power.
And that's a pretty major cost.
At the time when you and Barry
Yeah,
were
trying
the
to-
boards, it was
I know we had a number, it was a lot.
$70,000
Okay,
to bring in three-phase,
okay.
which is not that much when
But
you,
that's a piece of the cost of doing this.
which is also, that number can be spread out between multiple departments. Between Public Works, Fire,
Yeah.
the school, and the rec, because by having three-phase in there, it gives the rec department the ability to possibly go after grants for lights
Lights
for
for
the
the
fields.
fields.
Well, long-term plan, you should be thinking of those things.
Right, so that's why I said that 70 could be spread out over 4 separate departments
Right.
to lessen the load, and I'm sure the other things, CMP would probably do a payment plan with the town, because it's also for emergency services. So that'd be a good caveat for them as well,
Worth looking at that.
so.
So what's the estimated cost now, Phil? If it was 70 then?
It's probably right around that still.
Okay.
So, three-phase, the cisterns, sprinkler system. You got any kind of ballpark target?
Yeah, just for the design for the system, and that was last year's number, was 225. That does not include the tanks, the water. This is just the piping put in, was $200,000.
Okay.
That also doesn't include the connector building that needs to be built to connect them both.
Yep.
And that doesn't include the three-phase or the cistern tanks. Cistern tanks are gonna run you between 65 to 80,000, depending on what you get, whether it's poly or concrete.
Yeah.
You're talking about 400,000, sounds like.
More.
More?
With,
And then the sprinklers through the building? Yeah.
Okay, can you back this up and break it down
What
in
I'm-
pieces?
yep, I can do that for you.
Okay.
too.
So what I'm
So
searching for is a ballpark, gets that whole thing done.
That 850 is probably gonna
850,
be
okay.
awfully close.
So that's a valid number at this point.
But to break it down for you, Tina.
And that's
I
how
wanna
that's
see,
gotta
Phil, I
be.
wanna see the parts and pieces of this.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Please.
Yeah.
the cistern tank.
Okay, wait a
would
minute, the
be-
cisterns.
Yep, would be separate from what's on the CIP, because I have also cistern tanks for on the opposite side of the building.
Okay,
Because they have to be separate, they can't be off the same
Okay,
system.
so
So
this is
cistern
what you
tank is the
need.
water that goes underground.
yep.
It's gotta be minimum 25,000 gallons
And how many
for
do
the
you
size of
need?
the building. Then you've got the addition to go from rescue to the fire station, so that the sprinkler system can be tied through everything. Everything is protected with the
Yeah.
sprinkler system.
Yeah,
And then three-phase power to be able to bury the tanks.
now what does
Because-
three-phase power mean?
Three-phase, it
different-
allows us to
One
bury
at
the
a time?
tanks.
What,
It allows us to bury the tanks because NFPA code does not recognize a single-phase inverter to run a three-phase pump.
okay, it's the size of.
It's
Okay.
the amount of electricity that you're
That's what
pulling.
I'm hunting
You need
for.
three-phase to have an underground water system for a sprinkler system.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's NFPA. Life's, electrical code says you can, but with the fire marshal, they follow NFPA code, and NFPA code states no.
okay. So all of this,
Yep.
these parts and pieces come out to 850,
That
approximately
doesn't include
850.
the size of the addition.
Does or doesn't?
Does not.
I thought if we had cisterns, we didn't need the building.
No,
They
he's
have to
talking,
connect the
Just
two
the other-
Oh,
buildings.
all right.
Yeah.
Yep,
So it's just
the
the size
addition.
of the addition will
Okay.
determine, you know, if there's a needed increase.
Yep, make it small.
I don't plan on having it big, you know, basically the size of the rescue building, and then probably the bump out that's
Yeah.
needed, because the sprinkler room has to be accessed from the outside, it cannot be accessed from the inside of the building. All the pumps, controls, and all that had to be separate with an outside door, it can't be on
That
the
makes
inside.
sense.
That's code.
Yeah, that's, I've been saying, that makes sense. Yep,
Yes, sir.
My concern with this conversation would lead anybody listening to think that, okay, we're gonna plug in X number of dollars, we've got a date of 2035 to do this, perhaps.
No, we don't. We need to be speeding
Well,
this
that's
up,
what's
because
here.
again, we're not in compliance.
compliance.
Well, I'm gonna get to that in a minute.
Yeah,
So the projected date, if we did that, would have to add roughly $600,000, $600,000 to $700,000, I'll say.
you've got
Add an-
497 in there right
Add an
now.
accelerated schedule, because we're talking at least 1.1, but we've got other things you're gonna include in that, right?
Right, you've got almost 500,000 in there right now.
So my recommendation is the same as with the fire department building the building. The need is there. It's a must-have, pretty much. We're gonna have a road situation that's gonna target a bond, my guess is to do any sort of real build-up with a couple of major roads in town. And this is a major cost. So, at some point, rather than thinking we're gonna build this in a 9-year or 8-year horizon, which is not realistic already,
No.
and neither is the roads, we're gonna be forced into a situation where we look at combining some things here, getting a real price, and doing a bond. And I know that's not in this system today, but realistically, it's gonna be the same thing. If we target $70,000 a year for 10 years, it's $700,000, but when you get there, the cost is twice as much. It doesn't work that way. So, you know, at least in conversation, that needs to start a conversation that gets us to those target goals in a realistic time. That's all I'm gonna say about it right now. It's not in this system, and we need to make people aware that those costs are not in this system. So, for right now, are you happy with those numbers?
As of right now, I'd still be putting, 75, well, you put in 73 and change last year.
Well, right now-
I'd continue with that number.
Well, right now, we're saying we're putting in 497,000, right? That's what the number indicates.
No, that's.
73,394.
Right, 70, the last line over.
But that was 26.
That's,
Right,
right,
last-
that's what you put in last year.
Yeah,
I'm-
70,
I'm-
Continue with that same number.
Okay,
you wanna,
so we're not putting in
I'd say at least-
$500,000.
No,
I just want to be
Yeah.
clear. I'm acting a little stupid here to make sure our system is representative of the thought process,
Yeah.
that's all.
so to put in this year funding 75,000, is that correct?
I would
I
continue
think
with that
that's a
number.
good holding place number until we figure out what the real cost is.
Yeah.
We talk about roads in another year as well.
I got an idea with the roads
Yeah?
when we get to it.
Okay, let's
Yeah,
let's
well,
finish this
I
first.
don't, not even
Yep.
sure that's in here, Scott.
No, no,
Next,
but I know.
next line item, if we can just keep on
Yeah, replace,
target.
that PO7,
Yeah, repeater.
yep,
That's about 73 and change right now, because the other thing is we're gonna have to go to digital. And digital is a little bit more expensive, so I
so do you
asked,
want to leave the estimated at 78?
no,
it's 60.
the current cost right now is 73,000.
Okay,
I'll change that. Or,
And, because I talked with our radio man who does all of our stuff, and the other thing is the action date, we may have to drop that down a little bit. We are starting to get towards the end of our life expectancy on that repeater. That is coming up on 14 years old. And typically it's between 15 to 17 is the max on a repeater. And the other thing is, especially with the school district on that, on the same repeater, separate channel, it's getting a lot more work out.
Same, Public Works is on the same one.
Correct.
It's
So,
3 departments.
yes. So it's, the system's getting a lot more work out
Use.
now than what it used to be when it was just fire and rescue.
So what would you drop it back to for?
I'd like to go to, say, 2029. I like to
5
shave
years
2
out.
years off and, yeah. Because again, we are, with the repeater getting more use, the life expectancy originally was 15 to 17. We're already at 14, but
with
It's
that
getting
much
work
more,
out.
3 times the work up,
correct.
more than that with the school.
Yeah.
So if we drop that back to 20,
I did
29?
2029.
So what would funding requested be, if that not?
That would be a formula change in that.
If we had the formula.
Okay. So if it's 73 right now, then last year we put
Looking at
in
12.
9, so I'd say we're shaving 2 years off, yeah, maybe
15?
12 to 13, I think, because we've got 30,
You got
33 in there
33.
now.
You got 33.
Okay.
so
What do you think it'll be for?
add,
But I'm also gonna be looking at some grants that may be coming up next year
add,
as well, but there's no
add
guarantee. on those.
4,000 to that, Phil?
Add 4 to that, so yeah, 13.
Well, no, you're gonna change the year, isn't that? That's gonna crank
Yeah.
out
Well,
the
but
number.
that's the change, right?
Right, taking 2 years off the cycle, so.
Yeah. So instead of 9, that needs to be
Right,
14 even?
13 or 14, yeah,
Which one?
13, okay,
13?
yeah.
yeah,
I mean, I'm trying to be as,
yeah.
I'm,
Proactive.
I'm a taxpayer too, I don't like my
Yeah,
taxes
yeah.
going up, but I also know
Yeah.
the cost goes up, and
I
like I
get it.
said, we are
That's
gonna
all.
be forced into digital, it's
And
coming
that's,
with the contract.
that's the lifeline for everything right there too.
You know, the other thing
Repeater.
is, we'll have to reach back out to Andrew from Sebago Fiber, because we'll have to have our cable dug for the repeater so that it can be hooked to digital.
Dark fiber should be there.
That's
But the
part
other
of,
thing is by going digital, we can also look at mini voters that can actually go on a telephone pole that runs through the internet system. So you're not having to guarantee that you hit that antenna anymore. You actually can hit the voter that's, say, right on the telephone pole, especially in Anderson Road, where we've always had poor radio reception. We could have a voter that's like at the bottom of Hawks Road.
Right.
And Anderson Road, and it runs through the internet system all the way to the repeater. So all we gotta do is hit that little voter that's down there, and it's gonna broadcast to our repeater via digital.
And we should tell Verizon that.
So,
Anyway, okay.
that's one.
So that's an increase of roughly $4,000, call it $13,000 on that one. And that gets us to a new target.
Yep. In the public safety plan, that's the next one that's in my
Okay.
system. That was for the designing and whatnot. You're already at 29,000, so last year we zero funded it and just allowed the money to accrue interest and all that.
So is that the same, that's why it's zero?
Correct. Because that's another one that we can put in
Yep.
to the public safety building
Yeah.
for the sprinklers as far as the design, and you can boast of that money up as well.
What line is that?
That is,
It's
P09,
P09.
public safety, just above the
Almost
green.
at the bottom.
Yeah, got it, got it. Yep.
The cistern tank, that's another one of mine. And that's a number that's still holding right now, and that would be a separate from the sprinkler systems. This is a tank that would go on the opposite side of our gable end of our pavement. I already put in a 3-inch PVC pipe before we pave, because I did some forethought on that building and planned bump outs on this for future usage. And one of them was to have a bond out on the bottom of it, so we run a PVC line to a future cistern tank, so that down the road, we could have a cistern tank out there of like 20,000 gallons of water. So at 3 o'clock in the morning, we come back from a call, and it's middle of winter, we don't have to chop a hole, or
The truck is full.
we can tie into the cistern tank,
Yep.
top the truck off, and we're done. But the other thing is, it also gives us the ability to have an additional water suppression in that area for anything that happens down there.
Yep.
Not just us, but
Or
public
here.
works, the school, well, not here, because that's a hall,
You're down
Station
there.
2.
Okay.
so. And that's the cost for the tank and installation. It's 65, but we didn't fund it last year.
And
Last year when you
when
discussed,
do you need it?
I have a question.
2030?
Can I ask a question?
Absolutely.
Last year when we discussed, I think it was last year,
Yes.
cistern tanks, weren't you talking more than one in different locations?
Nope,
Okay,
nope, just the one down there
just the one down,
at Station 2, the new station.
okay.
Yeah.
What you may have picked up on, Jim, is
The sprinkler
Phil's
system.
been talking for some time about with new developments requiring a
Systems in
cistern-type
town.
system, so he has the water
I
supply
guess
at the
that's what I'm
location.
thinking of.
Yeah.
So you may have picked up on some of
Yeah,
that.
on any large development, having either a fire pond or a cistern tank
Now,
installed.
those would be paid by the developer as they go in, not the taxpayer.
Correct.
Yeah.
We got too
Okay.
many systems in town.
Are you all set on this item then, or do you want to fund some of it this year?
Well, we didn't fund it last year because it was a new item. That's on new items that are proposed,
So
we didn't
is
fund
the
it.
target, is this math right? Is the target 2030?
I'd like to have it in 4 years, yeah.
Okay,
So it'd
Then-
be
then we gotta do,
16,250.
yeah.
Could be what you have to fund.
16 and change, right?
16,250,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
And then I forgot one
I
up on-
recommend we do that then. Anybody have a different idea of that?
I'm struggling with working out this number when you have the years to go and the target price and the formulation, and we'll come out and give you a number automatically. It'd be a little different than your estimate,
In mine?
but I'm wondering why you're putting hard numbers in when the
Oh,
calculations get done
So
anyway.
Jim, we haven't been able to find that spreadsheet.
What spreadsheet?
That has all the
The
formulas.
spreadsheet
That has the
that,
formulas?
remember? You remember when you would put it in and it would link it to the year
Yeah.
and it would do it? We've been unable to find the
Well,
one
that's
from
not a,
last
that's not
year.
a particular spreadsheet. That's a part of a program that's in the computer.
They can't find it.
We
Yeah.
can't find it, Jim.
Can't find
It
the
was
program.
saved on a thumb drive.
Oh, for God's sake, you're kidding.
I'm kicking
Well,
myself.
we've not had
It's-
in the past,
I
probably
had
a
the
good
program,
system
and I
to
don't
make sure
anymore,
all of
but
this
I had
stuff
it.
was saved.
I remember, because your computer got hacked or something, right, and you
I
lost.
I had to throw the computer away. And
I mean, but for me, if we divide it by 416.
I needed a new
So-
one.
Yeah.
It'll get you in the ballpark.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, but couldn't
man.
you write those formulas? You could write those formulas.
Anything else in your
I'm just saying.
area of
I should
expertise?
say I
I
could
forgot
once.
about
Your
the,
support.
Okay.
yeah, I forgot about the fire department support vehicle up top.
Okay, I wondered if we skipped something
Yeah.
here.
What's a
So-
sports vehicle?
Go
What
back
is
to
it?
sports.
Oh, I thought you said some. Oh, I thought you
Yeah,
said
want a
sport.
Ferrari.
Oh, I just don't trust.
A red Ferrari.
The runner car.
Is
I'm getting a red Maserati.
that what you, okay,
Chief's car.
okay. Which number is it?
It's
Good
under
luck.
vehicles,
It
it's
is,
the first green line
item
on the
V
bottom.
question, and the green line at the bottom of equipment,
Yeah.
halfway up the page.
Oh,
It's currently marked as $40,000.
40,000.
yeah, but what number is it under the ID thing?
It's right here.
It's right under V06, and it's V question mark.
Oh, I just-
Oh,
Oh, the question
Got it,
mark is
okay.
because they didn't allocate a V number to it.
It's okay, we can do that.
well,
Yeah.
Part of what we're supposed to do here, I think.
what are we doing with the support vehicle? Support,
Well, it'd be multi-use.
is that like the one for Christina's use? I mean, you, to go to your meetings and stuff, so you
It'd
know,
be
usually.
used for trainings, that
Trainings.
if people are going out of town, we can group them all in one,
Yeah.
save, personal vehicles mileage. Also, if the rescue goes down for maintenance, it'd be kind of like a fly car. Right now, they have to take one of our, one of either engine 3 utility and bring it down there to use for the day or the week when it's out, which leaves us in a pickle because we've taken that truck that we may need, and if they're on a medical call and we get a call, that truck is committed somewhere else, this would free that up for one thing. And it'd be able to haul the boat, the trailer. It's multi-purpose, that's why it says support
You
vehicle.
looking at a truck or
I'm
a
looking at a
SUV?
truck, looking at a truck or an SUV, the
Yep.
truck would be a crew cab. I've seen them on auctions, unfortunately, I wish we had the money because I could have gotten 2 of them for about, one was set up as like a chase vehicle, because that had a slide out in the back for command, because that's the other thing is I don't have a chase vehicle, and what is required now to run a scene would scare you guys. It's all around, I think we're the only town now that doesn't have a chase vehicle. Every town around us, including Baldwin, Denmark has one, Brownfield has one, Bridgeton, Harrison, Casco, Naples. They all have chase vehicles so they can run a scene the proper way, which has multiple radios in the back, accountability boards. There's a lot there.
There's a lot to it.
So how much does this
You got
cost?
it for, you said?
Both of those vehicles, one was a truck, one was an SUV, and I think it was around 37,000 at a state auction, both of them. It was, because it was in a package deal, they're letting them both go. One had 68,000 miles, the other one had, I think, 84,000. And they all came fleet maintenance, they were maintained by a professional service.
Yep.
Why didn't you whip out your credit card?
I don't have a credit card at $40,000.
Oh,
We're stopping on that 40.
Well, that's, are we even ready to set a target numbers on that at
It
this point?
says 2029, doesn't it?
29, yeah. It's 3 years out.
So it'd be like
so that's
13.
13, 14,000
Yeah.
a year.
And like I said, I've been
What
looking at it.
what you're talking about though, will 40,000 cover it?
Yeah, because we're gonna get something used.
Used?
We're not gonna go brand new, because we don't need it.
No?
And you can get good deals on state auctions or government auctions, and
Yeah.
I agree.
I'm frugal
I agree.
about trying to
No,
save money.
it's, your tax dollars just like it's ours.
But the other thing is a lot of these auctions, they're coming from professional service that was professionally maintained by a fleet service, so you've got all the maintenance records.
Yep.
You know that it's been properly maintained, because the other thing is everyone, especially as emergency vehicles, as far as fire and rescue or command style, they have to be kept to the top notch. They're not like a police, I wouldn't be looking at a police cruiser, because
No.
those things get abused.
Oh, yeah.
But as far as EMS or fire related, they're maintained at a high level because they're used daily. It's.
Life-saving.
Correct.
And what would be neat is if you could find an auction of something that's south of here, like
Yeah.
down
That's where it was. It was
North
in-
Carolina, something like that, you know,
Yeah.
where there's not the salt.
It was south.
That's why when I bought the Mac, I bought it from down south, the dump roll-off truck, and
Yeah,
brought it up
this,
here.
this was southern Virginia, where it was coming
Yeah,
from. So
no,
saw very
that's-
little,
Yeah.
That's your brain working.
Out of the
Good
salt
job.
zone.
well, sometimes.
Sometimes,
Not this year,
until
but
they get a
it
foot of snow
in
does,
Florida.
It does. Do we want to carry anything or make that item, give it a V number?
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, I know.
When you get Phil in a situation like this, where he's seen a deal that is
Yeah.
a deal of deals,
Yeah.
is there any money in our budget, never mind CMP, the undesignated funds?
That would have to go,
That would take a town meeting,
correct.
so.
By that time, we're
at-
gonna
at-
lose it.
Well,
You can-
well, emergency fund for selectmen, you might be able to get away with it.
Fire department, fire department.
Yes, but it still needs the approval from the select board to
Tina,
move that money.
finish your thought.
But that's.
Okay, so,
But some of these deals that I come across, the
Right,
time frame is
that's-
clicking.
That's what I'm saying.
but if we could somehow come up with a statement, so it's transparent, we're not trying to hide anything, so that there's $80,000, you're saying in a fund for
In
the
an
select?
emergency fund, that,
And you explain that, what does that mean at town meeting? It's not, we're trying to hide it for lawyers,
No,
okay?
no, you're not.
But this is,
You're exactly right.
but this is a
It's for deals.
situation
And I'm
where
gonna
our
tell you a way to do it.
fire chief found a deal that would put us where we need to be.
You could have an article in the town warrant,
Warrant,
and it's been done before for emergency expenditures.
yep,
Yep.
For emergency,
Well-
you know,
the other thing.
unforeseen
emergency.
Yeah,
incidents,
the other
emergencies.
thing we've done, which is very parallel in thought to this, is we had a chance to buy road gravel for like $3 a
I
yard
remember you talking
in,
about
in quantity. And we had no vehicle to do it. It can be done two ways. We did the gravel roads item, and we still carry this item as item P22 in the schedule. And that is an amount exactly for that. So we haven't spent it in years, we haven't funded it in years. But if the opportunity came up, it was here because it was a way to fund an account. You didn't necessarily have to spend it. It's money you're carrying forward that you're carrying as a balance. Here is real money. In a warrant item, I like that idea even better, because a warrant item can be worded appropriately for any of our departments. Comes up with a vehicle in need, or I'm sure we've come up with some better wording.
Right,
But it's there, it is a leverage on in the accounting, they don't like you to do any more of this than you have to, of course, but it's a leverage on the undesignated fund.
Yep.
That's authorized for use should it be needed.
Yeah,
And then it's a decision the select board can make,
right,
and that's a vehicle to do that. And
okay.
I think it's gold, to be honest with you, because otherwise this happens, you can't take advantage of it.
well, deals come up and you just
That's-
lose
that's
it, because you get,
And
ain't no way to
that
do
should
it.
be across our system, anywhere in our system.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
So
Well, we're,
I think that's easy to do as a warrant item.
yeah,
Put it on the list.
Okay, so I wasn't seeing things.
okay. John, are you okay with that
So
idea?
I think that's a great idea, and I don't mind running it by the select board too, because we have to approve the warrants anyway.
Right,
But we can recommend a warrant to be worded just for that. And
What,
what's an appropriate amount would be the next question.
all right, Phil, was you were looking, said somewhere in the $30,000, right?
Well, it was 38, but it was two vehicles.
I was just, that's what I was
was a
getting at,
package.
it was a package of two
That's
deals.
why I said 40, because
Okay.
that's gonna get you a decent used vehicle. But there may be other package deals where you get 2 for 1.
Yeah,
Right, I mean,
Which
that
would be
was the screaming
Because then I could
crazy.
have
It might
a
be-
used vehicle set up to be able
Well-
to run the scenes, command and all that, but also have that support vehicle for hauling the boat, rescues. If rescue goes down, they've got that fly car. If we're at a lower staff, there's been sometimes we've only had one, and Standish has had one. So instead of sending both units to, say, a call in Standish,
Yeah.
they can now jump in this fly car and, you know, basically deadhead a cheaper vehicle than a $400,000 rescue on the side of the road.
Right.
So-
What would, $50,000, I mean, is that outrageous?
No.
Well, we have it there now in other vehicles, not for vehicles, but a vehicle in case emergency comes up. And it's open. We could reword that to be unexpected emergencies
Opportunities.
and/or opportunities, and still cover them both within one warrant item that we're currently doing.
Yeah,
I mean, it doesn't necess, I mean, I'm
That
thinking of
makes sense,
this,
Scott?
yeah, that makes sense to me.
I'm not just thinking of this as a vehicle for Phil, but
No,
like
I
you,
know.
but
But it
like
can
you're,
be across
no,
our
no,
system.
across it, but also what you're saying about the time you had a chance to get that gravel.
Same thing.
This would be part of this
Same thing.
$50,000
Same
package.
thing, and we did it for that, and at one time, we robbed that for a can, I think,
Yeah, well, I was,
that we needed.
the cans are down further, but the cans,
Yeah.
they need to be replaced, we need two
Well,
new
we'll talk
cans.
about that,
Yeah.
too, we're gonna get there. I
Okay,
don't know if we'll get there today, but we're gonna get there. So this is real progress. So that,
Okay, so we gotta
fire
go to
department
warrant.
support vehicle,
yeah, Warren.
I feel as though that ought to be on the list anyway. But that's what you're talking about, the ability to buy a vehicle if the deal shows up.
Yes.
Yes.
Does the board want to add this item? I mean, you've applied for it, right?
I applied, both that and the cistern tank I put on the list for last year, but it was zero funded for
Yeah.
the initial year.
Yeah,
So I'd like to see, you know, that, like I said, a year of action, it'd be nice to have it within the 3 years.
So that'd be like 14.
Correct.
It's like 13,333.
13 and change, so
but
just
if
even number.
Right.
well, do we go ahead and set this item up with a V number and a number toward a target and discuss it further to see if that should be in the form of a better worded warrant item? How do you guys want to handle that?
Well, as far as wording it, I think that'd be up to the board, the select board, to discuss that.
Yeah, but it needs to be a discussion.
Right, but what I'm getting at is, like Tina says, it would cover
Yep.
a broader
Of that,
area.
broad scope.
I
Town-wide,
think
not just
not having a
department
vehicle is a
specific.
mistake. We did that, and it's got a balance down here, right there, the next item down, almost road materials and maintenance, P22. And that's the same thing, and that could be one item with a well-defined goal, I guess, I would say. And-
We gotta come up
and-
with a good
And
description.
it could be a standing warrant.
Yeah.
That we do.
Yearly.
And at the discretion of the select board then, so you could
Right.
anytime take advantage.
No, it makes sense to be looking towards the future, and you know how it is, if a deal comes up and
I
you
know
have no way to
exactly how
get
it
it,
is. I
you're
know,
losing out.
because
We
we
just
could have
did.
got a
'Cause-
mountain of road materials for
'cause-
$3 a yard.
Because all you're
We
doing, you pay now or pay later, but you're gonna
Yeah.
pay more later, and if you see a deal like that,
Yeah.
you're saving us tax money by biting, you know?
I think it takes some thought, and we'll take some thought.
Yeah,
The
on
select
how we
board
word
will
it.
put that together, but I'd like to see a warrant item.
I agree with that.
In that direction. Probably with a $50,000 amount, doesn't mean you have to spend 50, it could be
No.
part of that.
But again, have it worded so that it's, covers the entire town departments.
I think it makes sense, because we've had our hands tied a couple of different times now. This is another example of that.
Now, would we include the school department in this?
School separate.
School's separate,
All right,
like
that's
their
why,
budgets.
that's why I'm asking.
Yeah,
No, but I would like to see them do some similar things.
Right, he was
Honest with you.
talking about that the other
Yeah,
night.
But they would have to set it up, even though that they are their own entity, they're still a part of this department.
Yeah.
The select
Yeah.
board,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
but he was
we'd have to
talking
put it
about,
on a warrant.
but he was talking
And
about
we
setting
could
up,
get rid of, if we had that warrant item, we could get rid of
I'm not gonna detain all of the
this
place.
line P22 altogether,
So I
right?
just.
Yeah, the
scroll
road
them
gravel
down.
one.
20. Yep.
So we'll make it V23, that seems to be the
I don't
next.
think, yeah, I saw 22, but,
I think V23 is our next one.
because 22 you said was coming out, Letitia? Because there's nothing in there, or there's no
Well,
description.
there's- Yeah, well, it was the backhoe.
Well, let's so we're doing
If I
V-23, and
remember.
we're gonna do, what's the,
Where's V-23?
There is no 23.
There's
That's what
no
I'm looking
20.
no,
at.
but I'm saying, does that fire department support vehicle become V-23?
Yes,
Okay,
it
23,
would
23.
fall in line, yes. And are we funding for the 14,000? Phil?
I
Funding
think-
for the 14,000?
I would recommend it, but
Yeah.
it's
Right,
up to
no.
the,
No,
Right.
yes,
we're gonna do something.
gotta start somewhere and put something in
And,
there.
and I would, I guess I wanna put that under the, if we buy one, we're gonna need a line item anyway.
Correct. The only vehicle that we don't have in the line item is the deuce and a half, because that was never to be
Yeah,
recirculated through as far as a vehicle. And it's been out of service for 3 years now,
yeah.
because of having to find parts. They're impossible. It's a tough truck.
Those are neat ideas when you get them cheap, but then you can't maintain them.
Yeah, but I've also been, it's something that the board will have to bring up for discussion, which I'll put it on the next, but I'll just give you guys a quick heads up.
Yeah. How does the board
I-
feel? We wanna put this item on here now? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, what I was getting at is, recently I gave a gentleman who was a customer of mine on my business, who deals with the National Guard in Massachusetts, I gave him all of our old
Oh,
gear.
yeah.
It's going down on a C5 eventually, once they have enough, to South America, to towns that have nothing down there.
That's great.
They've recently got 3 trucks from Boston, old KMEs, that they sent down on C5s
No
as
kidding.
well. He saw our forestry truck out back, and he's like, hey, what are you doing with that? And I says, well, right now it's out of service, because it says, it's too hard to find parts, it's manual drive, manual steer.
Yeah.
We had it in service for 7 years, it never went on a call. I says, I pulled it out of service after the first time I did maintenance on it, because it took us 3 months to get the parts for it. I was like, it doesn't go on calls. He's like, well, we'd be willing to take a donation. And that's something that I would, be considering the board to look at as possibly, if they would like to. As far as trying to sell it outright, nobody's buying them. There's so many of them out there, they sit in someone's field and just rot away.
Yep.
And if anything, this would be a donation that could eventually be, gifted to the National Guard. They would send it down to Massachusetts. They would put it on a C5 Galaxy and fly it to South America and donate it to them.
Fair enough.
The truth is, them trucks, we've had deuce and a
There's a
half
reason
over
why
the
we don't
years,
have
and the
it.
old Dodge that we had, that but
M37.
power steering, they just, if you don't have power steering, they're brutal to drive, and
Sure
it
are.
takes a person that knows how to drive something like that
That's right,
too,
That's right.
you know?
Can't just throw anybody in.
You know, no, and the use of it really, there's not much, the woods buggy gives us more use than that ever would.
And whose
So
brilliant
let's-
idea was it to buy it in the first
So
place?
We got it,
It was gifted to
it
us.
was
Let's
gifted
decide
to
how
us.
we're
Okay.
gonna, what the path of this will be. But if we're gonna get a vehicle, it's gonna need a line item, so the
Yeah.
V-23 makes sense to assign to me.
What do you
What I
guys
would
about?
like to do is initially targeted for this, if we do a warrant item for a certain amount, word this in a matter so that this gets used and then a new one, the replacement in the schedule. So this line item will set that up.
Yes.
But probably if you've got an opportunity after June, when this is
Yeah.
all set
After
up.
July,
Yeah, in July or later.
July 1st.
It would be this, and the balance would be pulled out of the warrant item we're talking about.
if I come across another
Right.
deal, and if I have the authorization from the select board.
That's, all of this.
That could be written in, couldn't it? That-
No, I'd still have to present it to the board, but I would
Yeah.
ask the board initially that if a deal came across and
Yep.
it met the certain criteria,
Yep.
parameters,
Yep.
would I have the authorization to
Oh.
have John start the process to say hold,
Okay,
to
good.
contact them to,
Put a-
because a lot of them require either a check or a deposit to hold it, and then you have a time frame to when you've
Yeah.
gotta go down to get it.
Yeah.
So that would be the thing,
So
John would
what
be the
this
key.
would allow you
He's the
is an
gentleman.
amount
Yes.
in this account that would be available immediately
Yes,
in that situation.
yes.
And the balance through a motion by the select board to do that. I'm just trying to figure
Yeah.
out what the pieces look like.
Yeah, as long as it hits that certain criteria and the certain parameters, but again, that
And
would
the
have to
whole
be
concept
discussed.
needs
You
to
just,
be.
you just set up
discussed
the
with board.
mechanism and then it's there.
Right,
So-
it would just have to be brought up, you know, the
So-
first meeting in July with the select board after the town meeting.
Yep.
Where
So does
hopefully it would pass.
anybody have a problem adding this item?
As long as they understand it's support and not sport, we're all saying.
Yeah.
Just gotta read it, you
I
know,
know, well, I didn't, I just heard it, but I apparently.
support.
Support.
So that line gets added, and what's the amount we want to add this year?
14,
14 was it?
14?
14.
Yeah.
And I just had a quick question, because I see it on the line item. Town parking paving? Is that gonna
Probably
happen?
right here.
It's right here is what that's
It
for.
was supposed to be paved last year. Year of action was 25. I'm having that striped at the station. Is there plans to actually pave that this year?
I think we gotta definitely look into the septic on the other side of the road and make, we gotta figure out if that
Okay, so
is gonna work, cause I think the only path for the town to do it, and they're gonna have to have somebody draw up a heavy-duty chamber system for the parking lot so we can pave over it, is what I think.
Okay.
Because the way it's set up now,
That
it's.
needs to be over here.
It needs to be on our land, because down here, this building, it goes across 107 and it sits on a lot
Yeah.
that's not town land. So, and the system, my father worked on it, and it's back in the, I don't know, the 70s is when they updated it. So it's been a lot of years. And the bed, the drainage bed across the street, it's all grown up in the trees. They used to mow it, they did mow it finally, and, I think we were gonna have the code enforcement, they were gonna have somebody come in and scope the bed. But I'm pretty sure that the bed's failing, and, cause the low side of it looks like it's spilling, you know, so.
Well, we should have it designed.
Yeah, I think we should. I'm just saying that before we put that parking lot in, so we
I
ain't
was
digging
just-
it up after we put $1 million in paving
I
in
was
it.
just looking at it, and I'm just, like I said,
No.
I've got zebra striper coming in to paint.
No,
If you
I
guys were thinking
think,
of actually paving,
I-
I don't wanna paint it twice.
No.
And the other thing is, I'd recommend to the town, at the same time, when you guys do that, is having that striped professionally and for parking.
oh, definitely.
To have it, you know, better flow.
No, the whole thing's gotta be regraded,
Okay.
so what water works.
I would
I don't
suggest we put a
know if
warrant
that-
item together for that, Scott.
Yep,
Take care of it, town meeting, get it done this summer, and then you can start.
yeah.
Well, can you use some,
Your striping and your finishing.
Well, we're gonna have to put
Striping's
money in
coming
there to put a chamber
That's all right, you
system in
need
there,
it.
put a new,
Protect the building.
design a bed and have it put in
Striping's a
and
minor cost.
pave it.
Well, for both this one and Station 2, they gave me a price, including painting on the inside, of $1,900,
Yeah,
which is doing everything at Station 1, redoing it, and then brand new at Station 2, that's a heck of a deal, with parking spaces at Station 2.
It is a heck of a deal.
$1,900 and
No,
paving
can't beat that.
inside.
Zebra
Okay.
striping's always.
gentlemen, let me ask a question.
yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
under
ma'am.
town paving, we've got 167,000 in there. You can't pave until you have the bed in there, the
Drainage
sewer,
bed.
the drainage bed in there. Can you take the money at town meeting, explain that, take the money for the bed out of this paving thing, because it can't be paved, maybe not this year,
Well,
we're
the
surviving.
trouble is, when we get there, the payment's gonna be more than this. 'Cause
But what I'm
we're putting
saying,
it off.
but what I'm saying is, it can't be done until, like Scott is saying, to put the bed in. So if we took money out of that now and put this ahead for another year, it's gonna be more, I agree.
Well,
It's either do that or do it in one fell swoop, you know, because you're gonna tear up pavement, you're gonna tear up quite a bit. And then you fine grade everything and get it so you might have to add some catch basins down. I'm not 100% sure what you're gonna have to do to get the water flow down through there. So it's not working against us, like how it goes down in front of the old door and it dips and then you got that hump, that's where the pipe goes across. And it all has to be regraded and leveled and make it so it flows and the water ain't pooling any place, you know what I'm saying? And the drainage bed, the good thing about a heavy-duty chamber system, you can put it right under that pavement and it will be fine.
Fine. But what's something like that gonna
We
cost?
just have
I
the
get
covers.
what you're trying to do, and that would make sense, but I think it just puts the cost, the total cost
Oh,
of
yeah.
that project off, and we're gonna have to make it up in short order.
Yeah, I think a drainage bed like that, you're talking 50 grand at least.
I would expect, I don't know how big it's gonna be.
Yeah, it's
That's
gonna be a fairly
designed.
decent sized bed.
Well, the other thing is, just for you guys a heads up, you've also got a line item that says town building maintenance. And
Yeah,
that's technically a town building and it's maintenance. as
that
well.
would eat the whole town maintenance budget for 2 years.
Well, it's a CIP and you've got, it's estimated at 50,000, you've already got 44 in it, so.
Yeah,
Again, you've
that's
gotta-
for big funded maintenance.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
say you had to re-side it or.
That's everything, siding, paint, maintenance, windows,
Yep.
whatever, but roof.
Except-
So,
Septic
so
system.
if we take stock of of our
I'm just
buildings,
trying to save, you know.
do they need to be painted, do the roofs need to be done? I mean, somebody to go through and
That's generally under
evaluate.
Public Works is supposed to be doing that.
Right. I don't know if Public Works.
Public Works
even
does
has
that?
a schedule.
That's what's supposed to happen. I used to do it.
Luck with that.
But I mean, does that not, I mean,
So we're,
stuff doesn't make sense to me because it's not done, period.
You got it.
I'm not angry at you, Phil, I'm just looking at you.
What
But-
do I do to you?
Nothing,
It
it's
isn't,
just, you're
no.
I'm looking at
No, it's
you.
not you, Phil.
But I'm
I'm the
saying,
one she's looking at yelling at. so.
it's, but if.
She's a teacher and she's got a ruler.
That's right, and I'm,
ready for you to
That
exit?
reminds me of high school all over again.
but seriously, if we have a building maintenance thing, $50,000, what needs to be done in these buildings? Does
That's a
it take
damn good
Einstein?
question.
What?
There should be a schedule,
Okay.
and there should be an annual approach of what, how you're gonna do your projects.
You think?
Now,
We have,
You think?
we have had at the select board level, a previous discussion, probably 2 years ago now, as far as trying to schedule out operations in general for Public Works.
Yep.
And if that
I don't-
discussion was not fruitful, let's just say that.
okay, I'm really tired of people not doing their
We're
jobs.
getting off track.
I'm really tired of
Me
it.
too.
Okay, so
Same.
we need to come up with some type of penalty if people are not doing their jobs.
Okay.
If your job is once a year,
Bill, you're doing your job, so just
Well,
relax.
no, I'm
Oh,
gotta
saying, we're kind of getting off topic.
We are off topic.
So
Yeah.
I don't mean to.
Oh, no, you're right.
Let's try to
You're
make progress.
You got stuff to do.
Right, and, you
Um,
know.
I'm sorry, yes, you're
no,
right.
It's just, I'm just,
So,
The very last one in green, that mech CPR device.
Oh, the
mechanical
mechanical
CPR, that's
CPR.
the Lucas machine.
Yep,
Yep,
Thing's awesome.
it saves,
so if they
so how much
want
you wanna
it,
carry this year?
they want it in 28,
yeah, it's getting up there in age and it's,
right?
they're not cheap.
They're an amazing machine though. I'll
Yes.
tell you that.
So
Save
What was
lives?
the future?
It does save lives.
the,
And I'm getting older. I
And it
don't
does-
all
know.
that we have is that current.
And that would be
Right.
in the new unit.
Mechanically.
That would be in the new unit?
Somebody's coating.
Yes, it's a backpack that you carry with you. It's a
So
mechanical CPR device,
could be
you
used
slide it under a
immediately.
patient, you hook it up and it takes over compressions.
Compressions, chest
Yeah,
compressions,
yeah,
it
yeah.
does.
And up until recently, we were one of the only towns in the area, we were getting called to Stanish all the time to bring the Lucas for a working code.
Yeah.
So we're looking at 2 years.
Yes.
So we're looking at 13,910.
Because it never
Right.
got put in initially when they purchased it, which it should have
13,
been.
9, 10?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we want to put exactly the 13,910?
14.
I would say,
You wanna
unless
do
that,
14, make it
unless that
rounded off.
number's not accurate.
That was
It
last year's
is.
number.
Round it up to 14
Yeah,
or
round it to
15.
14, so,
14,000, yeah.
Okay.
anyway, 14.
I've personally used that multiple times and
Me
it
too.
Really?
saves so much in your
Yeah.
back.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
And it's consistent.
Yep. It actually makes me nervous watching it because it seems like it's giving a hell of a more compression than you do physically,
Because
but it does it
it's
right.
doing it right.
Oh, of course it is. It's amazing to see that, but I've done it with the working code, but it didn't work out for the person, but it was
So-
doing its best job.
Can
So
you
we're good
adjust
on
it to
that.
different
We
size
have the
people?
amount. Do
Oh,
you
yeah.
need anything else on that, Letitia?
I do not. Oh, we'll have to give it a P and I'll see what
Yeah.
number falls next.
P.
I got
27,
26.
P27.
I think it's
Wait a minute, we got a
P28.
P30 up there.
I see
Yeah,
P33 too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, never
Which
mind.
I don't know,
P34.
we'll do P34.
Because you get, unanticipated weather maintenance, which doesn't even have a number,
Where
Yeah.
are you?
In the
Oh,
middle, between the green and the yellow.
just above bridge maintenance.
What is that for?
Unanticipated weather maintenance, I'm guessing if we
Yeah.
lose a road,
From a
Like when a,
storm?
when a heavy
Oh,
rainstorm comes in, washes the whole side of the
So
street
that's
off.
a road item.
Yeah.
I would rather that was named that. In parentheses, add roads to that.
well, it may
the-
not just be roads.
Yeah, it could be a
Roads,
building.
buildings.
You could
could have
down
a-
the town hall, blow up, put a hole right through it.
Yeah, you can blow a roof off, you know.
And
Well-
Phil, the more that I think about it, I think that that was the reason
Yeah.
that it was
Vague.
unanticipated, because it could include anything.
Yeah. It wasn't earmarked for one thing.
Okay, that's
Right.
good enough for
It
me.
gets blown
Now
off
that
at
I
Public
remember.
Works or something, or,
Gives you freedom to spend it on whatever happens as an emergency.
Well,
Correct.
the thought behind it partly was climate change.
yeah.
So,
That's correct.
so
That-
whether
I
it's,
remember that
you know, a
now.
fire, tornado, water, whatever.
Right.
Earthquake.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's not think about any of that stuff.
Dude, I remember the one in 2012 that my phone blew up, the radio blew up, and it
Yeah.
sounded like a shotgun went off. And it was a rumble, and it was a 3.5 or a 4.
So
I've been in one that
I
size.
wanna make as much progress here as we can. Going back up, I gotta go back up to the, middle of the page and start down from the top of the projects and just go through, make sure we
Did you have
have
more
this.
questions for me, or?
well,
I know.
what I,
Let's run a stay.
what I wanna ask Phil is
Which
if we
Phil?
go to Phil
Okay.
Strike.
Sorry.
Let's see, go to VO1, never mind, that's Public Works.
Yep.
Let me get to your first.
VO7, which is engine 3.
Engine
right
3.
below.
Yep, so still good with the requested funding of the 26,676.
Yep. Oh, you're looking at what was put in last year, or what's supposed to be put in from last year.
Yeah.
Yes, but that number should still, it should ring
Be
true.
very close,
But
yeah.
it'll be
It might
close
go to,
It'll
minus,
change.
27
a
or
little.
28,
Yeah,
depending on, well, no, it might go down depending on the interest that's in there.
interest,
right.
but,
So I don't know what the
right,
percentage point on,
on the interest
Correct.
is. But it, all
Future
that that
cost
would
is
do
all right,
would
though,
just
on that.
continue to fund
and I'm
it.
also looking at a used one.
Yeah.
I'd like to, it'd be nice to get a, like a wildland interface one that you see out in California. You know, a higher clearance, four-wheel drive with a crew cab, and it gives us more versatility. Buxton has one, they picked up on a grant, and actually, last week they did a hell of a stop on a basement fire because it's a pump and roll truck, and it actually has a turret in the front, and when the operator showed up, he was able to take that little deck gun and shove it right into the basement,
Yep.
and knock the fire down and keep it in check until the additional crews got there.
That's
And a
awesome.
pump and roll truck.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
And it's especially because we're running into smaller personnel during the day. That gives us a versatile, need be. But again, I'm looking at used as well.
So for right now,
That's a good number. That's
Future
a-
cost, 431's all right.
Yep. You had another
Same.
question, Letitia?
Just, I want to know the funding requested.
Oh,
So if you
yep.
go to VO8, it was 25,614.
Yep. That's for tank 1?
That's
Tank one,
for
yep.
Tank
Yep.
1.
Yep.
And then the rescue
Rescue boat.
boat. I mean, you're at 25, yeah, I mean, you're looking,
Yeah,
the
'cause-
18.
yeah, it's a good, because new cost is 140.
Right,
Engine 1, same thing, 84,
yep.
which is scary to think that that truck's that old already.
And then the wood buggy,
Yep.
keep that, because that
Yep.
was,
And then tank 2, same thing.
Engine one's
The only truck that we didn't put money in last year is because we got it was engine
2,
2, which is old engine 4.
yeah.
So is that a truck we're gonna have to start putting money in?
I mean,
You're talking
there's-
about $1 million truck that's gonna be coming up in
Yep,
in 2045.
yep.
So normally on those trucks, we skipped it the first year when we purchased it, the next year we put in it. But the other thing is, I do remember that, okay, because we got $10,000 from Brindle when we sold it. Did that money go into that account? It was supposed to.
For what?
The check from Brindle.
From engine 4.
When we sold engine 4. We got a $10,000
I
check
don't,
from them.
I don't know, I don't see those anymore.
Okay.
Well, it should have.
It's supposed to go into that,
Yeah.
back into that account.
What was it,
Yeah.
Phil, you said?
$10,000 from Brindle Fire Equipment. And that would have been back in,
It was,
So that should be added to that current reserve balance.
yeah,
I just want to verify that it did go in there.
Right.
I just need to double check because we sold it back in
Yep.
last,
I can't remember, I brought it over to get the shit out of it, I remember
Right.
that.
Okay, so that's something to be looked at.
but yeah, that truck.
And that was to go into what one?
Engine 2's account,
Should have been 10K.
10,000, yes.
And you're thinking 2045. You don't know if that's a real, it could be $3 million for a fire truck by then, you know?
We got no idea. That's why you adjust as you go in
Clueless.
this system. But, Scott, usually, part of this system is, if it goes in on a 20-year schedule,
Yep,
you should probably owe it to yourself to truth all of those numbers every 5 years.
Every 5
And then
years,
as
definitely.
it gets closer, it gets a little shorter.
that's what I ran into when I came in for Public Works.
Yeah.
That the numbers, I had to go out and get quotes for all new trucks.
Yeah.
Because the numbers were so far
Yeah.
off that it was crazy.
So I don't know
Well,
how
that's
much.
back along the time when they didn't do an oil change for 3 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Jaws of life. Oh, you're.
You remember all the maintenance that I had to do? We had town trucks with no mirrors on them, they were held on with duct tape,
It's the interest of security. That's what we did.
zip strips.
Yep,
Well,
and the same with the striker stretcher.
make sure
That's
she's
included in the purchase for the
Yep,
rescue.
which we're still good on that.
Yep.
And the last one would be the SCBA P30, with the need still for the 23,192, correct?
Yeah.
SCBA.
Yeah.
under the yellow line.
Yeah, it's 230, is what current
You know what
cost is.
SCBA
No,
stands for?
yes, 23,000, yes, to put into
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
or 20, you know, whatever the change is with the interest.
And then we will be changing the emergency generators.
Yeah.
We're gonna add that additional 12,000
Yep.
for $47,000 and keep the 5482,
Yeah.
the funding requested.
Mhm.
Or does that need to go up based
No,
off
that-
of the 12? We're
needed
gonna
to go up.
that's gonna have to go up.
Yeah, that needs to go up.
Whatever the math
We
is,
will-
it'll probably.
Well, we
bring it up
talked
to,
about just
like,
adding 12,000 this year.
Yeah.
To
Oh,
that amount.
12,000 to that number.
Yeah, so it'd be 17 something,
Yeah, 17 even,
yeah.
but that might be too much.
Yeah.
Well, not if we're
Well,
shooting,
not-
not if we're
Not,
shooting,
not when you're talking
Well,
about
you
diesel
got
not if we're
generators.
shooting for $50,000 or $60,000 in 4 years.
It's not too much.
Yeah, no, so that 14,
Because that'd bring you to 47,000
47.
in the account, and you're saying it's, yeah, because that 47 is gonna get adjusted next year, so.
Yeah, we,
Right, right.
so 14.
And we're probably
going up
gonna-
From the
at
5482
that point-
to increase of $14,000.
you'll have a better number to go by.
So that'd be,
Yeah,
Yeah,
and,
Yeah,
and that's gonna be a whole
so
discussion.
you're adding.
Yeah, somebody's gonna have to research on that.
Yeah,
okay. Right,
need
because
to-
that's 27 here.
Yeah.
Then, the public safety sprinkler,
We're gonna do 75.
75. 13,000, we are gonna change the date of PO7 to 2029.
Yep.
We are gonna increase the current to 73,000, and we are gonna fund it at 13,000.
Correct.
And public safety planning, we are not funding.
No.
The cistern tank, we are gonna fund at 16,250.
Yep.
And Where's your truck?
The
We're
C-
gonna fund that at 14,000.
Yep.
Yep, and the CPR device,
And the CPR device, we are funding that at
14,000.
14,000 as well.
correct.
Yep.
Okay.
And were we gonna add anything to engine 2 at this year, or are we gonna wait for next year?
Yeah, you might,
Engine two
I
is
think we
where?
might wanna wait, yes or no? I don't
Because we've
know.
added some pretty big increases.
Yeah,
I think we're comfortable
Wait
to
one
wait
more year.
one more year. Even though it is a big ticket item, I think
Is that
1 year is
engine
not.
three?
Engine 4.
engine two.
Or engine 2, which is old engine 4.
That's at
V13.
It's
We're-
two up from the green on the first article part.
Yeah, I hesitate to back off on any of those big ticket items we own this.
Well, no, I'm just thinking, we just got it.
We added
last
quite a bit of
year.
money there.
We added a lot of money this year. I think we can wait one more year to actually start getting.
It makes sense.
There's 30,
Uh,
you've
yeah,
added
it will
54
just
with
accrue.
those new items.
Yeah.
Right. It's-
Whatever you're comfortable with.
I'm comfortable waiting one more year.
Okay.
It's a 23 year
So we're gonna
build-out.
zero fund that this year.
Phil, I think it's a good idea to not do that, because I think where you see the containers in the transfer
That's what I'm
station,
saying.
you're gonna have to add money there by quite a bit. Cause
And
it's
you already said we added
it's not funded,
54
and it has to
last
happen,
year.
it should
Well,
happen
that'll
this year.
help offset that.
Huh?
That,
Yeah, it would.
zero funding that
Yes,
right
just-
now will
Yep.
help offset that. So,
That's your limit, done,
sorry,
done,
Tina,
done, done.
Okay. She looks like a schoolmaster, doesn't she?
I was backing off, she looked dangerous there.
Um,
But it's all
I think we're all
necessary.
set with you if you're all set.
Yep.
Letitia, have you got anything you wanna,
I
that's
don't,
it?
I'm
We're
good.
Good with that list of him? Because we ought to go back up. I'd like to go right down through Public Works and Scott. You're as good a voice on most of that as any.
Yeah,
And the more progress we can make today on this list, the less we have left.
yeah.
Phil, thank you for your always
Right,
so
where's Jim?
conscientious.
I have no
I
idea.
don't think,
Can everybody stand up? Is
I
it
emailed
productive?
him this morning, so,
huh?
I emailed Jim this morning, so.
Thank you, Phil, you're always so conscientious with what you're
Do
doing.
we wanna wait and do it with Jim here?
I don't think we wanna wait.
We don't
He
have
can't
to
get his
change.
butt up here, he
I
lost
think
his
he needs-
shot.
You guys need these numbers.
I can rough it for you guys, I know what,
I'm-
we,
I'm
with the
satisfied
transfer
with that
station,
at this
with the
point.
transfer station, we should have brought Pastor Fred needs to be involved in this from here on out, I think.
Yeah.
With the transfer station.
Yeah.
That's part of the public works job, but it's not being done. And he's keeping percentages, and we're up 19% already in our waste. And we need 2 more cans, because we're gonna run into a situation at the transfer station that we're having to put it in demo cans, cause we're out of cans over the weekend, and that's gonna cost us more in demo fees.
I'll leave this judgment to both Letitia and the town manager if you want. I'd like to get as far down this list in total
Yeah.
as
I don't
we
want stuff
can.
on those.
Is there anything,
I don't
before you leave, Phil, is there anything on EMS that we ought to discuss that you're handier to than we are?
I think what she has for numbers in there are pretty good. She gave them to updated. Last year, I believe they were also looking at the cardiac monitor to be purchased this coming year, or next year. I believe she said that's still a good number, which was 55.
55.
What's the,
Cardiac monitor is the.
Got 59 in there
All
right
the
now.
readings, your heartbeat, your blood pressure.
Oh,
no,
that's
but
all
where are we on?
Oh,
We have,
you're
we got
2 below,
50,000 in there right now.
yeah, you're 2 below the mapping.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, 'cause, well, you will once the 10,000 goes in there,
Yep,
Well, the target is just under 60.
correct?
yep, and you'll be just
Fine.
over 60.
Yeah.
So keep the 10,947?
Well, that's
Last
what was,
year's,
that's
You
what,
just put last year's in, and then you don't have to fund it this year, right? Is that what you're saying?
you just have to bring the,
no,
$10,947 over?
you would add,
brings
I've
it-
already, that is current. Your last column is what we have current with the funding appropriated,
Okay.
meaning that funding.
Okay.
So right now, we have $50,000
You need-
available to us.
so you need
Oh,
another,
I see.
you need another 5 and
Yeah,
change.
Okay.
That's
Or
what I'm
4
saying.
and change, whatever the, the difference with the interest and all that.
I would just say put 5 on it. or
5,000.
whatever. Make sure it's covered.
Okay.
Because that's something that's gonna rotate more often, because like I said, it was purchased in 21,
Yeah.
we're at 26, you know, they do have a life expectancy because they're used so much. And it also is a life-saving piece of equipment, so.
So we'll fund P24 with $5,000.
Yep.
Okay, good. Right.
That's an additional
And then-
5, so it was up to 15,
The other,
No, just 5, because if you go all the way over,
Okay,
you
yep,
see the
we got it.
50,295?
Yep.
We're just gonna, we're
Add
gonna add 5
$5
to
to it.
that.
and we adjusted the repeater, correct?
Hang on. Adjusted the repeater to 2029 with a $73,000 and we're funding it with 13,000.
Yep. And I think that was the cistern tank was the only other one that we adjusted.
Yep,
Yep.
adjusted for 16,250.
And the CPR device, same thing.
Yep. That'll be P34 with 14,000.
Well, is there anybody that's not okay with going back to the top and heading down through Public Works?
I'm okay with it, because if he got a message this morning and he's not here, it's his loss.
Well,
We've got work to
And I
do.
think we have
We've got
amongst
enough
us
information with
the
Scott.
ability
Yep.
to come out close enough of what this is.
Yep,
My goal was to get through this today. I don't know that that's realistic, but I've got time, but I don't know what everybody else has.
Just as long as you guys are out of here by 6:30.
Everybody have time for another
Well,
hour, hour and a
Yeah,
half?
beach committee meeting.
That's at 6:30 or 5.
Is,
Beach committee's 6:30.
No, road
Roads-
committee's at 5.
roads
Oh.
are-
yeah. The
I
road
know,
committee's at
there's so
5
many
tonight?
committees
Huh?
and times.
That's-
No, it's the 13th.
Yeah, right.
Let's see how it goes. Just-
Okay.
Let's go and see how
All
much
right,
you get
let's
done.
start at the top, see how far we can get.
Thank you,
thank
Bill.
you, Phil.
Thanks, Bill. All right, so we skipped the 10-wheel plow truck at VO1. So that would be the first question. Anything out of line there, Scott?
VO1, the 10-wheel, that's the 17,319. You're funding it by,
We got 292 in there right now.
yeah, and it's, so,
So I would say we should, for the balance,
yeah, you could,
$30,000.
30,000, that would be good.
30,000.
30,000 new request.
Yeah,
And that should top that one off. May not, but.
it'll be
It's
close.
gonna get us close.
30K.
67,000.
Okay?
All right, next item that we skipped was V17, Public Works.
Dodge, the Dodge pickup.
Dodge 2016 truck.
Okay, so there's 19,000 in that
Got
fund.
19,000, yep, 6.
And what years is replacement on it?
2030.
2030.
So what,
The $9,753 is what you did it last year at.
yeah.
I would-
So,
If that figures out to coming up with the number of the 58,000, you're gonna talk 60,000 for a replacement truck for that, because this truck, when they replace it, they're gonna need a new plow with it, because the plow that they got on the other one is not gonna be in good enough shape, is the truth.
so change the estimated future cost to 60,000.
60 would be a good number, yeah,
Okay.
even.
All right, in 60, and we have, what, 18 in there, 19 in there?
We got
19,654.
All right, so we're shy by 40, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
So,
5,000.
45
it's gotta be 10,000 to get there, haven't we?
Well, he's going for 20, what?
He's got 2030.
30.
So we've got 27, 28, 29, we got 4 years.
So if you put 6 grand in a year,
That would be
6 times 4 is 24. That doesn't get us there.
Nope,
no, okay, so you need 10
we're gonna need 10 grand.
10 grand a year is what you
Yeah,
need,
I'd go with 10.
Okay,
10,000.
In addition to the 9,007.
Well, that's,
No,
that's already
that-
in
Because
there.
that's already in there, so
Okay.
this will get us to the 30,000 range, and that's halfway there. And we can adjust that if needed next year.
The next one would be the transfer station, but that's a roll-off truck.
That's good.
It's 2007, the truck's in good shape because it's not rusted out, it's a Southern truck. And unless we decide that we're gonna start hauling more trash, like doing it ourselves,
Yeah.
that truck should last us quite a few years. I don't know what year he's got it to be replaced.
2035.
2035, that's probably a good
Yep.
estimate.
That makes sense.
And how much does he say?
Well, the current one was 15 something, right?
Yep,
We've got 55 in there, right?
Yeah,
So if we're shooting for 200,
yeah,
how many years is that? 5, 8?
8 years.
Divide that balance, we got 55, we need 145 divided by 8, what's that?
145 divided by 8.
Yeah,
about 18,000.
$18,125.
and I'd say we carry 18.
18,000, yep.
And that is on V16,
Yes,
B16, yeah.
so 18,125.
18.
Okay,
Yep,
then VO3.
okay, the next one, are we all set on that?
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay, next one we skipped was the 10-wheel,
that's 2020, that one we just replaced.
12 years.
Well, no, the 7, that one up there is,
he's got a 2032 time.
yeah,
That's only 5 years.
yeah, that's,
Oh, 5 years.
you should, if you're maintaining them, cleaning them and stuff, you can get 8 to 10 years out of a truck on them public works
You wanna
trucks.
push that to 8 years instead of 5,
Yeah,
so
So,
take it up to what, 2035?
yeah. Cause
Okay.
it's all in how you clean them. You gotta clean them with steam.
No, that's right.
2035.
So let's do the same thing, let's figure out the balance.
Figure out the balance for what we gotta come up with 8 years.
Which one are we going with, estimated or current?
Let's go with estimated.
Estimated.
So 385.
Well, you want 8 into the difference between those, right?
Right, and
Well, we've
you want the
got,
difference
Well, I'm gonna
between the
take off the
estimate.
178,
240
752.
divided by 8.
right,
Yeah,
42
that's the
divided,
balance over
30
8
is
years,
pretty
what's
good
that
number.
number?
Hang on.
40.
about 30,000.
Well, 30 is 240.
Yeah,
6 equals, and we're gonna divide this by what?
8,
By 8.
25,780.
26 grand.
26.
Good.
Well, that
Alright.
saves us some.
Yep.
Okay.
Let's see, okay, we get down to 4x4 backhoe, VO4. Let's run this.
That's what we're using at the transfer station, I'm pretty sure is what
I
this
think you're
one.
right.
That John Deere is probably gonna, what's his year replacement on that?
2035.
35.
2035, oh shit. That one, I think he's overgone, but we can run it at that number this year.
Okay,
But I don't think you'll
Run
get
it
that
at
much life out of it.
10,000.
well, let's do some research on it. and
Yeah.
Get a better feel for that.
Yeah,
For right now,
Let's
keep
leave
the
it at
10,400.
yeah, leave it at what it is at.
Okay. All right.
So we got roughly 90,000 needed.
Yeah. Oh,
And in 8 years, so 10,000 should do it.
Yeah.
Yep, that's good.
I'll take off the 400 and we'll do 10,000.
10,000 even.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's good. Let's see, what's our next one? We did the forestry grader.
Grader. Come on to,
That's also 20, boy, we got a whole bunch of stuff here at 2035.
yeah.
Um,
I think he just plugged the 2035 number, but I'm not really sure what he was doing.
Probably did, but he's saying.
You can't have it, you can't have them all fall in the same
No, you
year,
can't.
never.
No. I think
Once
he-
we get this done, we wanna go back and look at a couple of those perhaps. Make some.
The grader, 2035,
So there's 30 in it now.
30.
We put 7 in, so it's actually 36 that's
Yeah.
in there now.
Yeah, I'd fund it by another 7, just 7
7
flat,
even, yeah.
because you can find graders reasonable.
Yeah,
That one I found reasonable.
so what do you wanna carry for a future estimate? 70? Or 100?
70 or 100, 100 would be, in the future, I think that would be a fair number.
Change
Okay.
it from the 100, 539 just to 100?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we need basically 70 grand left over 8 years.
Yeah.
And we're just gonna do 7,000.
9,000?
You wanna do 9,000?
Yeah.
Yeah.
should be the same.
9,000.
That was Phil's,
Glad you're here, Scott.
Plow truck, 550, 2020,
2036.
it's 2036, 142 estimated cost.
That seem realistic, Scott?
Yeah, if we get the same kind of setup, if we go all hydraulic with a tilt body and stuff,
Yeah.
that's probably a low number. It's probably gonna be more like 170, but I think we can keep it there and do some more research this year. I would,
Okay.
or have somebody do
So we'll
research.
call it call it 143.
Yeah,
We've got 52 in there, 52 and change.
and it's 2036.
So we need 90, right? Roughly?
Yeah,
So.
And that's
so-
over 9 years, so that's 10.
10,000 a year.
Yeah, so change that to 10. Okay.
Okay, where are we now? We got a blank space, what is that?
The V22, that's, the V22, I think, is the front end loader.
That's his loader that he put in?
Oh,
Yeah, but there's no.
shouldn't we say that?
Huh?
Shouldn't we say that in that space?
Yeah, I
No,
would say,
know, it just,
that's something, that's a line item Jim added. I went for a front end loader when I was there, but they didn't accept it.
Yeah.
And then I wasn't keen on accepting the one he bought, but we did.
No, we did.
I know we did. I tell you, I weren't keen. But the number, the 200,000 number is a good estimate.
Good ballpark.
That's a damn good
All right,
ballpark.
we have almost nothing in there.
Yeah, I
Because we
figured.
didn't fund it last year because it was new.
right,
It was new last year,
So
so
there's, what is there in there?
'There's,
14,000?
yeah, shy of that.
13,942.98.
Yeah, plus
Yeah.
the 652, so 14.
10 grand?
Well, let's do the math here.
Yeah,
200,000,
yeah.
we've
it's
got
10
10 in there, so we need 190 at 40. How many years is that? 14?
Yeah,
14 years,
190 at 14 is what, 14, 15?
it's probably
so
15.
I got 200,000, I'm gonna take off the 13,
Yep,
943, 13,943. That equals 186, and we need to divide that
By
by
9.
9.
no, wait a minute, it's 40, so isn't that gonna be 13?
14, it's 14 years.
Yeah, 14.
Divided by 14. Oh, you son of a gun. This is why I wish I had this computer like we used to do it.
I think it's gonna be 13 or 14.
It is.
It is.
We'll be close enough. Probably leave that number as is,
Yeah,
13,290.
13 something.
13,290 or
Yeah.
just 13 straight?
What did your math say?
And we're dividing it by
13.
14?
yep.
13,228,
13,289.
yeah.
I'd leave it. That's
I'm
$1.
slicing hairs.
I don't know how that happened, it came out right.
Yep,
It's wherever.
All right, so now we jump down. Is everybody all set with
Yep.
all of those to this level?
Yes.
And the only question I have now is the excavator.
I wouldn't fund it, we don't have anybody qualified to use it. The excavator we got still has plenty of life in it.
Well, we're piecing it together, it's working. I think somebody seriously needs to sit down and assess the need for that.
Well,
And if we need one, then we do it, but I think what we've gotta do is, Scott, is, and maybe the road committee's not gonna be the vehicle, I don't know. But we need to sit down and ask ourselves, what do we want Public Works doing?
exactly.
And-
I'm just
and I know
afraid,
that's not a CIP.
no, it's not, but I'm nervous with the excavator.
If we don't
that-
give it some direction, it's flopping around
That-
like
that-
a loose fish.
That we're gonna end up with something that we
Not the
don't
way it should
need.
be run.
I'm afraid if we give him leeway to get an excavator, we're gonna end up with
I
something we
agree.
don't need.
And we agreed 2 years ago to get rid of that.
Yeah.
And let it play out.
Yeah, Right now, the excavator that we have, it could be got in, if he says there's something wrong with it, we bring it right to Cat, have him service it.
Yep.
Because there's not much wrong with that excavator. And I don't see the need of what he thinks we need at all, because it just doesn't make sense. And since he's been there, he has not completed a single road project by himself. We've hired it out, so it's,
Okay, can I ask a question, gentlemen?
Certainly can.
Okay. The only thing I know about roads is what I drive on them.
yeah.
Some ain't so good,
And as they're rough, right?
and some ain't so good. But seriously, is this road committee that we have, are the people on there qualified to evaluate what needs to be done in the town? So that we can then present this to Public Works, the head of Public Works.
He's been coming to the
Wait, no, wait,
meetings.
just a minute, please, let me finish.
Yep.
Please.
Okay, there comes a time in any business where if a person can't do their job, then they are let go. But this business of playing cat and mouse and just plain complaining and not getting the work done is not answering what this town needs. Either he is able to do it, or we have to pay somebody more money, which we're gonna end up paying it anyway.
Yep, you're right.
But if we provided, and I like Jim, I'm not saying anything behind his back that I wouldn't say in front of him. If we paid a decent salary to hire somebody that we feel is qualified to meet our needs, not their needs, our needs as a town.
Well,
And that's what we have not done.
you got several things of concerns that are 100% valid, okay? Every nuance of what you just said. It's several different pieces,
Right?
and the first one you asked is this road committee, the device, and the way its mission is written right now, I'm gonna say no.
No.
Because it's not been given the authority to do that, okay? So that's the first, to answer your
Okay,
question.
that's fair.
Can it be with the right input and the right people? I think it can be a positive step in the right direction.
Okay.
But that authorization needs to be cleared by the select board first, number
Of
one.
course, yeah.
Otherwise, we're gonna be fighting with each other. I think it can have the right people to really help. I think it has part of it.
I have, one thing I want to say on this. Like, when we initially signed up for it, Phil had put in for it, and for some reason, the board took Phil off of it and left Richard on there, and Richard didn't come to our first meeting at all. But Phil, you have so much more to bring to the table than Richard in that committee. It's crazy.
Well-
I have a lot of knowledge, I'm
I will
on that
be
committee.
there as a resident.
Okay. I just,
Okay, then my question to Phil is gonna be, and this is point blank,
Yep.
okay, how many committees are you on?
I'll be on as many as I have time for, and I'm going to have more time after June.
But what I'm saying is, you probably belong on the road committee more than you belong on what committee are you on?
Well, I would, well, the other one's the beach committee. and
Okay,
I-
you don't give a damn about the beach, you live on the waterfront, all right? Other people can handle the beach
Yeah.
committee, Phil.
no,
Yeah.
but he
Well-
I
I know
understand
he
it.
wants to be.
Well, that's, but
But sometimes people get fed up with you being
Well,
in too many places.
you're correct, but this conversation,
It's more,
in
there's
an
more to
appropriate
this
way, needs
conversation.
to happen at the select board. And I would rather it happen in a public forum at the select board, to be honest.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, for me to
So-
bring it up like this?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because right now, we got a mission, and
And they're not getting
we're
there.
running off.
But I'm
But
saying,
you're absolutely right, it's valid stuff,
Yeah,
and we can do it, I know we can do it better.
no,
well,
it's got,
if we can't do it better, then just cash it in.
Absolutely. You're-
I
you're
watch,
absolutely right.
I watch the Bible, with the Bible,
Yeah.
week after week,
Yeah.
year after
What
year.
Bible are we talking
The,
about?
the total budget.
Oh, gotcha.
So I watch the department all the time,
Yeah.
and I look at the amount of work that's getting done, and then I look at that, and it's costing us more to have less done all the time, and
Okay,
it's
that's my
driving me
point.
nuts.
Okay, so what are we,
Yeah. we're off topic.
way out, way out.
Totally off topic.
Now, can I go off just for a second?
Yeah,
Are we
absolutely.
talking about
Absolutely.
getting rid of Jim?
No,
No.
not necessarily.
Okay.
And I
No.
want to be quick to say that. Jim is, I think, as hard a working person as we've maybe ever had at Public Works. I think the direction we have given Public Works on a mission and outlining procedure is what's lacking.
Yep.
And I don't care who you put in there, they're not gonna make it because there's not enough direction.
No.
That's a common
That's-
problem we've had,
Yep.
and you're right.
That's why I'm saying,
But-
evaluate,
But that does need to be brought up at select board
Yeah,
and discussed.
you need direction in the
And I would like
department,
to.
you need a
I
plan.
would like to see a public forum developed, and it can be a one-meeting session, so that the public is involved with how they want Public Works to operate too. And then we take that and we define it and give some direction to Public Works.
okay. Are you willing to come off the beach committee to go on the road
I don't
committee?
think we need to.
No. We can,
I
there's a
don't
lot
know.
of this that we
They're
can
trying to-
handle at the board level.
I know what I have for time, and
Okay, well, I didn't know if they were trying to, when they're setting up these committees, I didn't know if they were trying to make sure that people were on.
There's some fairly good members on there. Alan Green's on there,
Yeah.
who's got a lot
Yeah.
of this knowledge.
Yep.
Chris Harrington, which, yeah, he's good.
but, so that.
Me,
Let's let the committees play out.
yeah.
Okay, all right,
For
so,
right now.
sorry, John.
So let's continue.
And you had a question, what was your question?
No, I asked it.
Okay.
He may obviously wanna
Okay.
make sure we didn't wanna
Did
get
you
rid of-
All right.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
Answer. Okay, so we're halfway down this thing. Let's start right at the top of projects again here.
Projects.
Road materials and maintenance with zero funding and it's staying as is, correct?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
What does
so
that mean that we
one's
don't-
done.
That's
We
for
need
gravel
salt.
if we needed
Yeah.
to.
Well,
No,
that-
salt's different. Salt comes out of the regular.
What about Dyke Mountain? Isn't that road a mess that you're supposed to be fixing and?
Dyke Mountain, Kimball Corner, and Hancock, he's looking to bond them out. I think I know a better way to do it, cheaper, to
Well,
save
it's-
us money.
Bonding is a way,
Bonding is, that's an avenue.
you know, it's,
If we're not capable of doing it, but
Yeah.
my way, what I think in my head, this town has always worked well with Andersons. And, or somebody, we hire a contractor to do the excavation work hourly, time and material, and then we utilize our town vehicles to haul and do that stuff. And then whoever it is, if it's Ryan Anderson doing it, he is the foreman of the job, cause you need somebody qualified to make the calls on what needs to be done on these roads.
that's, I like the concept, because I like
That's
local
gonna
guys
save,
doing local work.
that's gonna save a lot of money in this
Let's-
big avenue.
Yeah,
Yep.
that again is another.
Yeah,
one of the
it is.
conversations.
John, you got that note down, please?
I'm sorry?
I just had to make sure John's got that note down.
I do.
Okay, so we're good on that.
The town parking lot,
We're good on Jaws of Life. I'm gonna write down the list, so we don't miss
Right.
anything.
Strikers
Scott.
Jaws of Life, that's
Strikers
fine.
good. Town
Everything
parking,
was good.
paving.
Yeah,
that number I would up.
Two,
town parking paving.
You're gonna talk, if you're putting in a drainage bed, and this is something, how soon are we wanting to do this? It says '05.
Well,
I mean,
think the
25.
reason with that was
Because
just,
the-
they were just gonna tar.
Well, that also, we had slowed it down because of that, we
Yeah.
didn't know if we needed to
Right.
move the bed.
well, first of all, I think what we would do, and I think including the bed in this project is a logical
Yes.
target, okay? To identify that, but let's make that 27.
Yep,
Bump that
Um,
to 27.
And, yep,
yep,
and that gives us another year to accrue what we're about to talk about.
yep.
What do you
So
think, just
leave
the
it
paving
zero.
and reconstruction of the pavement without the septic, Scott, what do you think that is?
What it is for money? No.
154, is that, should?
No, I think it's closer to 200 by the time you get it
Well,
all
let's
done.
be realistic, let's call it 200
Yep,
for that
Change-
piece.
Change the
That's
future to 200.
And I think we need 50 grand for that.
you're gonna need at least 50 for a drainage
I'd
bed,
say
It
that
depending
long.
on the size. If it was 250 overall, I think you'd be
So
fine.
let's put a target of 250 on that.
Yep,
If we're gonna do it.
250 on estimated future.
And maybe that goes
Yep.
to, maybe that big job goes to 28.
Yeah.
So we have 2 years to accrue that.
yep, that's
'Cause
good.
that's a lot of difference.
No, it makes sense.
Okay, 28, and it's going to 250.
So-
250.
So I think we need something like 40, what's that come out to, 43 a year? on that. That's a lot of money, but I think it's gotta get done.
No, it has to be.
43K for the funding requested.
Yeah,
43.
Okay.
so.
You're gonna present this, correct, Letitia?
Who?
Town
Compactor,
hall.
No, if somebody has, I can explain it.
Scott, what are we doing with the compactor?
The compactor should be good still. It's, what's the year mark date for that?
24.
25?
Year and a
They
half
just
ago.
replaced, they just
Just gonna
replaced
say
it,
something,
how many,
Right, we,
the year that,
Brett,
that I started, so you're talking 7, 8 years ago, we replaced it.
So this doesn't belong in 25.
No, it should be pushed out. You know, the compactor, it's, as long as you have them maintain it, and I hope Jim's still having them come up and do the yearly maintenance that they do on it.
Okay, well, this needs to be addressed. Let's leave that whole
Yeah.
line to be addressed and not fund it this year.
Yep, okay, that's
but
fine.
push it out to where?
I'd say 30,
30. 30's good.
just as a
Okay,
wild guess.
Here's where we get tricky. The containers for the transfer station.
Containers, yeah.
We need 2 this year.
And
We need an MSW and we need a recycling.
what are they running, 12, 14?
Yeah, you're talking 15,000 probably for the MSW and probably 13 for the recycling.
Yeah, so
So,
28.
28,000.
28 current.
Is that a this year or next year? How?
They need them this summer. They really need them in this budget, but July's gonna have to be close enough.
Well, I have a suggestion then.
Yep.
That we leave this blank,
Yep.
don't fund this, and we carry whatever the cost is in our real budget this year.
Okay.
Because that's where it belongs if you're gonna.
Well,
spend it
that's
this
what I thought, but he
Yeah.
didn't fund, he didn't do nothing.
Well,
He didn't have nothing
year.
with it
We're
done.
gonna have a combined meeting, Scott.
Okay, okay.
I'm assuming we're gonna have a combined meeting, maybe next meeting even.
Yeah, we need to,
The
because,
close of CIP and budget is a combined meeting, it's a public meeting.
Mhm.
It's usually at a select board
and the
meeting.
select board,
I
usually
think
it's,
I'm gonna have to insist that the department heads be, I mean,
Absolutely.
They
They
gotta
gotta
be
be there.
yeah.
They gotta be there.
There's no
Yeah.
excuse he didn't read his email. Damn it, that's part of his job.
It is.
no.
Okay, so we're not funding it here,
Does
but
he
we
really
need
have a
to,
job description?
we need to
Pardon?
reconcile
Does he really
this
have
this
a job
year.
description?
And
It's
I
a
don't
good
care if we
question.
make it a warrant item,
Yep,
okay?
To buy the cans.
Instead of messing up the budget and
no,
stuff.
no, I agree. We need the
So-
cans.
We
And-
kind of skipped over something a little bit.
Okay, I'm sorry, what we meant.
Does Jim have a real written job description?
We've got a book in
There is one.
the office, and I don't know exactly what it says, but that's one of the things we're looking to do is work on job descriptions. And
So it's kind
if
of
we get
across
this
the
budget
board.
done, then that's gonna be first on the list.
Yeah.
So it's across the board, department.
There are.
We should have,
Yeah.
yeah, for everybody.
I know the job description that's there. It's supposed to be 80-20. 20% administrative and 80% is working. It's a working public works director job.
Well, I need a little more tasks.
Yeah, oh, he definitely, he needs to have a list of how his job works.
Right.
But it's not like it used to be. There used to be people here that did it forever, and then it just went away from that. So you got somebody green,
Okay.
and they don't know the job like it's supposed to happen.
Okay.
I'm gonna make a recommendation on the beach restoration, the next item.
Yeah,
And first question, I guess, is do we wanna give it a P number?
yeah, we should.
What would that logically be?
You got P33.
P35.
Sounds like we're playing Beano here.
know.
It's a winner for me, two people come up with the
Maybe.
same answer at the same time,
Yeah.
close enough.
I'll make it 3.
P35.
That's under the rec, but
Huh?
can we, you probably know as much what we need to put there,
Well,
Bill.
I think,
What does I think? Tell us what it is.
we have a beach committee, which is gonna help redefine what that project is, the priorities of, I have a list for that committee that I'll give them tonight. There's 25 different work items to be sorted out and prioritized at the beach.
Yep,
And if you break it into small enough projects like that, you can get every one of them done eventually. Some will take years, others, you prioritize.
yep.
So I'll be presenting that tonight, we'll be redefining that. I would like to flat fund this as is, and use last year's number again, that keeps accruing some funds there. And
So 40
the process of that committee, I think, is gonna yield a wonderful direction to this account.
Yeah, it's gonna be expensive, you get that, but
And it's gonna be a lot more than this.
Oh, of course
But
it is.
this has to be looked at as a 10 or 15-year project.
Yep.
So you can digest it, and if we do that and organize it, every piece can get done in a
Yep.
logical fashion, and it'll spread the cost out
Yep.
over 15 years, and we'll have a super facility down there.
So $4,970
I'd
dollars?
carry,
Yeah, carry that.
I'd run it
Again,
flat,
okay.
yeah.
And
Mapping is gone.
That's already spent.
Yep.
Does that, that's a one-time deal, isn't it?
Yes, it
So-
was.
So that item can come off this
That,
list.
that'll get removed.
That would be my recommendation,
Yep.
as long as Christina's all right with that. There may be,
Well, there may be a
I bet
time,
there's equipment costs that are gonna come with that.
she might, didn't she talk about building that into her budget
Oh, she
in?
did, yeah.
Because
Okay,
it might be certain pieces to buy, like being able to upload documents, overlays,
Yeah.
different, not big ticket
Okay.
items.
okay, I'll let her define that
Yep.
then, in her budget, and that's
So-
where it belongs.
Yep,
So-
I'll remove
So
So
20.
mapping can come off here, that'll give us another space.
Okay, so the next one's transfer station enhancements, if there's no further questions on that last one.
Yeah.
He's got that for $72,309 is the estimated cost. This is for putting in, I think, a septic system and a well, so there's water on site.
You're gonna have to, sooner or
Yeah,
later.
it's already by code. We have a way around it. We have an eye wash station there that's a handheld one that I bought.
Yeah.
But you truly have to have a contamination shower there legally.
I think there's, again, a lot of definition needed,
Yeah,
in that whole thing, and a time frame added, so you can add some,
well, I know the houses on Long Hill, their wells are deep and they use a lot of casing. So that well up there is gonna cost you a good $25,000 easy.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised.
No.
I would leave this funded as is.
I would too.
Could I throw something in?
Absolutely.
Does anybody know a dowser?
A what?
Yes,
Okay, I think, this sounds crazy,
No, it
but
doesn't.
my ex-husband refused to have a dowser. There's a reason why he's an ex-husband. And we spent,
Scott, can you douse?
That was a well?
yes,
I,
Up there, the only problem with the transfer station is it's a sealed landfill, so it's gonna have to be looked into where you can put it.
Gonna
but
have to
try
be-
having a dowser there, because after we
Oh.
sold the property, the dowser came in, boom.
Oh, yeah.
We drilled out 2 wells that were over 400 feet and got a gallon a minute.
No, you're 100% correct. They do
So-
work. But you're gonna be pretty much, they're gonna tell you where you put the well there is the problem.
yeah.
Because
Okay,
it's
for today, we're level funding this.
level funded.
Whatever,
Okay.
but I'm saying, before we start
No,
talking
no, no,
$99,000, get her down there with the rod. Yeah,
I get it.
I'm not gonna put Dowser on this list, but.
go ahead and laugh at me, you
No,
guys.
it works, I know it does.
I drilled 3,000 wells, Tina.
Okay, so you
And
know what I'm
and
talking about.
Can,
I have a whole story for another day, and a couple of beers, but.
so, next one is reevaluation.
Reevaluate, what are we reevaluating?
What is the reevaluation?
Well, that's,
Or-
for the real estate.
Yep.
Yeah,
And I'll tell you what, we've, in the past, we've dodged and dodged and dodged that.
yeah,
And it got so long that when you finally made the adjustment, it happened to happen in a year we were also being beat to death by
Yeah.
inflation. And the numbers were astronomical.
How many
So,
years was it that they told us that you should do
It should
it?
be done every 10.
10, that's what I thought.
Every 10, or if you fall below, what is it, 72%?
Sen-
There is an equation they use.
I
that-
think it's 72.
Yeah.
2%,
That's-
something like that.
That's ringing a bell.
And that's
Yeah.
what it is right now, and we do a tax at.
We're
70.
either at 72 or 76.
Yeah,
I know
okay.
we're close.
Yeah,
So I
We
would
did the-
say this funding is appropriate.
Appropriate.
If that top number doesn't change, then we continue on that schedule.
Sounds good.
I wanna get a job to reevaluate, that looks pretty good.
Bridges maintenance, we don't fund.
Bridge maintenance, no.
I guess there's a little in it. It must be for cleanup.
I got a good idea for the future of this town, but I won't bring it up now. But it's the old Fitch Road. I think they should put in a covered bridge in there, build one. As a, historic
Forest thing.
site. Not for cars really, just for a walking bridge.
You need to get a grant for that.
Yeah, that would be cool,
It would be cool.
yeah.
It wouldn't,
And I'll tell you, eventually, the trail system is gonna get addressed in this town.
Oh, yeah.
That would be a neat feature to have on
No.
the trail.
You see, you look,
It'd be awesome.
like, I lived in this town my whole life. I remember back, like, when the
But
school.
we're not funding it this year, right?
Which
No.
one, the
Or-
bridge maintenance?
no.
We got some, well, we got a target of 100, what is that?
We're at 24,760.
And you're funding it by
1,000.
1,045.
75 years, so
Yep.
We're good.
We're
So
good.
I
we're
think
not
we do.
gonna fund
Keep
it this
it,
year.
don't fund it.
I would say no.
Can we go back up to the unanticipated, we missed that one.
Weather maintenance,
Yes.
what is that?
Remember for.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Do we want to fund that or no?
I
wanna
think
give
we
that
do. I think we do.
P36.
Yeah,
I think we wanna fund it at that
Oh,
level,
add, it's a.
fund it at the 43,
whatever the
33?
schedule is.
Okay, yeah.
Be within-
4,333.
Be within a few
Yes.
dollars of that,
Yep, okay.
yeah.
Okay, then we did not fund bridge maintenance.
No,
Here we are for the containers for the,
containers,
But
that,
we,
you wanna do a line item for that in the warrant? Or,
well, I think we do, because you want them right now. But we need a line item up here, container for transfer, to replace what we have.
no, of course you do.
So we need to establish what that schedule needs to be, and it's probably shorter than we think.
Oh, they,
I don't think we need these other two, those were to get to before,
yeah,
and we did that.
Yep.
So those two can come off the list.
yeah.
take these,
The two
remove,
container
Yeah.
for transfer.
remove P21s,
And,
and we're
and,
not gonna fund
and
it,
any funds,
right?
any funds we have, yeah, well, there's, right now, there's what? 4,200 in there
Yes,
from last year?
42,
I would say we roll that up into the single container,
yeah,
item above at, P21.
yeah, that's a great idea.
into P21.
Yeah, the 42, 4, 41,
Okay.
47.
Town buildings maintenance, I would flat fund that.
I would flat fund it, cause I don't know what's going on with the
We
building.
need a schedule made, that needs work as well.
Oh, yeah, that needs a schedule on maintenance for
So
sure.
the
flat
town
fund.
building, we're 0.
No,
Did-
we'll carry on at the schedule that
The
says.
7407.
Can you,
We-
John, can you remember if, this is important to me, so, do you remember if Cameron funded to have the floor redone down there this year?
Not yet, he was still working on
It
that.
needs to be
That's a
done.
refinishing, right? If we don't refinish it now, we're gonna lose it.
No, exactly, and I tore that thing out, and I have a lot of passion with that floor.
All right, I'll, remember, he talked about that until.
Yeah.
It needs to be done this year.
So I guess, is your question, is there funding in his budget somewhere?
Yeah, I was asking if he funded for
If
it.
there isn't,
We need to.
we should make it a current thing and also fund it in the line item in
Yes,
our joint meeting.
definitely.
So here's something that I'm just gonna throw out there because I know
Yep.
Charles Frechette as well. Pickleballers play down there every day.
Every day.
They're there 7 days a week, which is wonderful.
Yeah.
They donate money. My suggestion would be that pickleball, they either pay to do it or continue with donations, and that money every year is saved to roll over and not dump into the undesignated fund to pay for the refinishing
So
of that
that could be in
floor.
a fee structure
Perfect.
that we can adjust as needed as a select board
Yep,
and become an item under the fee schedule.
Because
Yeah.
for me,
I
it
like
would,
that.
or it could be.
That's a great idea.
Or it could be donation.
And that would
And
not
it's-
have to impact this.
that's not impacting the
That-
taxpayers, so that's,
It is not.
It helps the taxpayer.
yeah,
It
it helps
does.
us.
Did you say that that has to be done this year?
It has to be done this coming
Yeah.
year, yep.
Yeah, so we should get a number for that and
John, there
discuss it
might-
at the combined
There
meeting.
might be enough of money that he's taken in for pickleball, or maybe at
Well, there
least
might be.
half.
I
But
guess
has
we
he
should
been
look.
You could-
using that for his budget?
It's a great
you know?
idea.
Reach out to if you want a hard number for the floor, what it's gonna cost, reach out to John. John Abrams is the one that put it in. He's always been the one that did it. And he's a local taxpayer, so
Okay, is that something we should bid out though, or just reach? No.
Probably driven by the dollar amount. I
It
hate
depends
to
on
say
what the
that.
dollar figure is.
My first impression is we should go with somebody who knows what they're doing there, has done it before, but.
Yeah, that's my first impression too,
I
but
don't-
it depends on what your dollar figure is.
I don't have
If
the
it's over
authority to say it
75,
that way.
no, if it's over like 7,500 or something like that, you're probably gonna have
Yeah.
to bid it
There
out.
must be a policy.
There is a policy, I think
There
it's
is.
7,500
So
bucks.
We're gonna have to check on
Yeah,
that.
But that was just a thought for me that.
No, that's a great idea,
That what
Letitia.
comes in for pickleball
Fantastic.
donations really
You're
should.
using that thing on the top of your shoulders, it's
I-
brilliant.
Ain't just a pretty face.
No, you're not. No, you're,
But you are.
but you are, yes, exactly.
I've heard that one before.
John said that
You
yesterday.
have to be very careful with that,
We're going down the wrong path here. Fellas,
No, nobody agrees with me.
we'll be accused of something for sure.
okay,
Oh, my God.
so,
So flat funding, that we're
Yep.
staying on the schedule for town building maintenance.
yep,
How about the server, Letitia?
I think 2035 might do it. I did send another email to our IT person, and, you know, and asked him how long he believes that we will get out of it. The server that was sold to us from our other IT company, they sold us one that was inadequate.
Right.
So,
so the 2,995, is that gonna work out to get you the 30 grand?
probably, yeah.
So flat fund it?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think it does. It's 8 years. Let's do the math again.
2035.
We're gonna need 30,000, we've got nothing. No, we got
No, we
three,
got
got three from last year.
3,042.25.
So we need 2,700 over 8 years. 3,500,
3369,
okay.
3400.
3,400 then, let's carry that, let's stay on that.
It was decided that the public safety planning, that was not being funded, if I remember
Let's see,
from Phil Strike.
that is correct.
Yeah,
There's a balance there.
right. And I mean, it will
that-
continue to grow.
That does not belong there at this point, although there may be some discussion on that that ought to be had. But I guess, leave it there for today, but talk with Phil Strike. I think that should be rolled into the larger item up above here, which is gonna become a sprinkler system. Where the heck is that?
That is the,
Public safety is P28.
Sprinkler
Yeah.
system. I would, there may be a reason not to do this, but my inclination is that it's not gonna be planning for sure. It needs to be either redefined and used within that system,
Or it goes
moved
into
up and combined with that.
to P28, okay.
Yeah.
Which would actually, that would be good, that,
What are you guys on?
I wouldn't not fund that, though. That just
no.
adds to the funding and shortens the
Oh,
Oh,
horizon.
safety planning.
Roll it up into possibly the P28. I'll leave it. Talk with Phil. Put it in the sprinkler system.
Yeah, that might be a good
But
idea.
it's not planning, so I would tend to move it in the same category and keep it,
Yeah,
you know, with the sprinkler system.
sprinkler system, it'd be good to put some more money there. Yeah, that's a smart
The
one.
other possibility, Scott, because I think it's so close, and I would again want to consult with Phil first. But that's about the money we need for 2 cans.
Yeah, it
We
is.
could reallocate.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah, that might be a good idea.
If Phil would be all right with that, I'd almost prefer to do that.
Yeah, it's, the need's there. I just don't wanna see
And
us,
there's the funding right within this system.
because truly,
For those 2
if we don't get the cans, this is something that should have been said already.
Yeah.
If we don't get those cans, what we have to pay for it to go out in the demo cans, it will kill us. It's gonna hurt every one of us taxpayers bad. And if we're up by 19% already at this time of the year, it means we're gonna be the houses coming into this town is crazy.
So let's say either or.
Yep.
And if it goes to the two cans, we've just solved the dilemma of
Solved
funding
it.
those cans.
No, that's a great idea, Phil. I like it.
But only with Phil's, okay.
Yep, no.
That's sort of his money at that point. They may have a plan.
What's this public works storage under that for $20.99 at $6.04?
No, it's never,
What's that?
I would say leave it for discussion, because there've been discussions about adding to that building down there.
Yeah, it could be more like public works, you know, it would be a line item that you could start funding for the building additions or whatever you need down there.
My guess is that's what that is, but
Yeah.
I wasn't a part of generating that either.
I wasn't part of
I'd say leave
generating.
it and don't fund it.
No,
Land acquisition, I would say, at this point,
we're good, zero,
leave
flat
it,
it,
leave it and don't fund it.
zero.
Yard waste, that's another pie in the sky.
That's, the yard waste, I know it's for putting in a brush dump, a regular brush dump, on the dump transfer station area. I know the guys we have working at the transfer station right now, they're good guys, they are busybodies, they do a great job there. They just need direction and somebody to advocate for them, is the
They do,
truth.
they do.
I've heard it from them several times, they talk to me, they're really good men, they've gone out on a limb by themselves and done stuff, and Fred is truthfully their support system,
They
which,
serve this town very well.
Fred is the best, he started working with me, well, he worked prior for me, but then the whole time I was there, he worked, he's a man that does what he needs to, he's a pastor here, and he cares about Sebago like he
Yes.
pays taxes here, he's a
Yeah.
great man. I like him a lot.
So I say just don't fund that.
No,
Leave
I
it
wouldn't.
For discussion in the future.
But those men
We're
down
done.
there are self-starters.
No, they're
So
great
here
guys.
we are.
we're
Unbelievable.
done.
Nice.
We made it through it. You know,
So I apologize for pushing this, it feels like we're short shrifting a bunch of stuff, but this had to get.
no,
But you know
with time, you gotta have this for the town report, it's got to be
Yeah,
done.
That's right.
It's,
The thing is, next year,
well, you'll be here.
right.
You
we'll
got,
have
you got,
meetings earlier,
John,
yeah.
I wanna tell you, you got put in a bad spot.
You
This,
sure
this
did.
coming in, and you got budget, and then you got
Sure did.
CIP, and then a lot of stuff that was supposed to be done hasn't been done. It's
Right.
not your fault, but you got stuck in a bad spot, and
That's right.
I commend you for what you have done already.
Thank you.
So
We'll
do
get
I.
our arms around it.
No, I know you
We
are.
will.
You're gonna
Trust
win,
me.
you're gonna win this battle.
I know you
Today
will.
is one chapter you won.
I can tell just by talking to a man, I'm a good judge of character, and I can tell you're gonna get what we need done here in this town, and you're what this town needs, because you got the right kinda mindset for it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I will
Why
let
don't
you
you tell
down.
them how you really feel?
I just did.
All right, do we have a motion?
Does anybody,
Can I make a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Do we have a second?
I'm not in it, but
All
I'll,
in favor?
yeah. So,